Yo, 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 Kenny, what you doing?
I'm selling legal things.
Oh, I got scared real quick. I was like, let's turn the stream off. Because if you sell
Gotta sell
illegal
illegal.
things, gotta sell it legal. Guys, welcome to Film Club episode 25, the big 25. Can't believe I made it this
And
far with
Mexico.
this hoot right here. This guy selling legal stuff.
Yeah,
Uh,
legalities.
with legalities. We're going to have a really fun episode today. We have a lot to talk about. First, as always, we're going to talk about our last four watched, and a lot of it is going to tie into our bigger topic for the night, which is Tron. We're going to be doing a Tron 4, or Tron, not 4. This is only 3 of them.
Tron.
Tron Ares spoiler review, where we both of us have very dividing reviews, so this should be really fun. And then we're going to be talking about the franchise overall, because we've watched the franchise for the first time, minus the TV show, for the first time this week, like leading into Tron Ares. And I looked up some of the stuff about the impact of Tron. It's very interesting that they keep making these movies despite some of the failings. And we're also going to be talking about the Roofman, which we originally weren't going to, but we ended up both loving it. So we want to talk to you guys about it as well. And then we have some viewer questions and stuff like that I forgot to upload because I'm a bad YouTuber, but we will talk about it still. So, Kenny, before we get into that, off camera, we were talking about one battle after another, but for a specific reason. And I thought it was a really good conversation.
I
So, a lot of conversation about this movie has been happening. And specifically, we're both black and we be listening to black people talk.
nigga.
Um, Black women have been talking about the representation of them inside this film, specifically Tiana Taylor's character, Perfidia Beverly Hills, and how they're
That
not
name is
really
crazy to me.
liking it. It's one of the best cinema names ever,
Yeah.
Perfidia Beverly Hills, just amazing. And just Bob, love Bob too. We got a couple Bobs in this year that are really great. So I've been seeing a lot of black social media movie people or influencers, as you would say, talk about how the representation in this movie is not the best because the main black girl they're focusing on is Tiana Taylor's character, and how she doesn't represent what they believe black freedom female fighters are, and comparing her to Asada Shakur, who just passed away, and feeling this is a poor representation of the character because of um because of what was I saying? Because this is the only kind of representation of the character that we have. You were telling me your feelings on that. I want the audience to say.
Well, as my camera likes to do, as soon as I'm about to say something profound and important, it goes into this mode, which I don't know why. Hey, we're back. So, yeah, I think that for me, I always wrestle with these conversations because it always comes off as if black people or black people who are taking certain roles should only take roles that make us look the absolute best.
Yeah.
And I am not somebody who thinks so. I'm also not saying that we should take roles that make us look bad. What I'm saying is we should be able to take roles that um, show complex human beings, because just like everybody else, we are complex human beings. Not all of us have it together. Some of us have it mostly together, but not all the way together. It's almost like the issue with this idea that I can agree with 90% of things someone says, but the moment they say something that I don't agree with, you throw them away. Now it does depend on
On
what
what they
that thing
say.
is. we ain't on we ain't on no free speech means you shouldn't have any consequences. We ain't on that bullshit.
Yeah.
But like what what I do feel about the situation is now, and also in fairness, I have not listened to what anybody had to say from my own ears, because I'm pretty sure if I listened to black women speak from my own ears, I and people in general, I would have a more empathetic perspective, even though I have an empathetic perspective towards our people specifically.
Yeah.
Anyway, um, what I see a lot of the time is we just have this issue where we're not allowed to like have bad complex characters, right? People who
Yeah.
are just bad. Um, yeah, but that's it. Like that's it. So I'm not really sure where else to go with that. Just because of the limited knowledge I have of the conversation, I just always have this eye roll kind of reaction to it because it always comes in the heels of something that's being celebrated, right? It's like, oh, her performance was amazing. And then you had the people, oh, well, she's not showing black people right. What does that mean?
Mm.
What does it mean to show black people right? I know what it means to show them wrong, for sure. But what does it mean to show them? Like, what's the right way at all times to show black people?
Yeah.
Like, because I don't think that there is one because we're not a monolith. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah,
Yeah, and I agree with you totally. And I do think that we need to be play a plethora of different type of characters. And I was said this off camera. Most of the most iconic characters in cinema are bad people.
that's
Usually,
true.
it's not really good people. I think Forrest Gump is one, but outside of him and maybe like Luke Skywalker, but even that he kind of gets outshone by Darth Vader. We don't get a lot of like good people that's big iconic cinema characters. All the horror characters are the big iconic characters versus like the good people surviving the film, things like
Yeah.
that. So I do agree that black people need to play complicated characters. I think where they're coming from is the fetishization of Keanu's character, and I think the one of my negatives for the film, why it wasn't like a full 5-star best of the year film, was the
Mhm.
lack of exploration of his themes and kind of just doing it a little bit surface level. Even though I still loved and enjoyed the movie.
You talking about Paul Thomas Anderson's
Yeah,
themes? They weren't explored deeply enough.
yeah, and I understand why he
Yeah,
wanted the movie to be fun
yeah,
because it
yeah.
was like this. And
It
if
was
he
fun.
stopped to
Yeah,
explore, then the movie would probably be 3 hours, and it would slow down the pacing and things like that. So
yeah.
I get why the movie is slower, but I also understand the other side of it. Watching it, and you're like, okay, he's Sean Penn is looking at her ass, and they're doing this, and they're doing all this weird kinky shit, and all she's doing all this weird sexual stuff, and they don't really talk about who she is as a person
Right.
overall. Um, but I understand why they have a problem when bigger movies, more talked about movies of the year. We don't have a lot of black positive representation on the other side of it. I think this year is a little different because we had Sinners. But even from that, people are not really talking about. Well, people are talking about the black women in that movie, but people are more talking about like Michael B. Jordan and the villain and stuff
I
like
don't
that.
know. Yeah. Well, yeah,
Well,
Michael.
when I say that, I feel like they're talking about them and like Woomy, they're talking about how great she was.
Oh, yeah,
But like,
for
I
sure.
see a lot
Just
of
amazing. Yeah.
Pearl. What's the name? Pearl. I think her name was Pearl in that one. They're more
Yep.
talking about her in a sexual way and then like a positive way, which is part of
Mhm.
what they're talking about, the sexualization of black women. I just think if we had more different representations of black women in movies, we have them in television. I think this wouldn't be a problem. I think that's the main issue that
Yeah.
the black women are having.
And the thing what I said before the stream started, um,
Perlene, thank you,
early, for sure.
Lawrence.
And I think what I said before the stream started is we do want to be represented in every facet, right?
Yeah.
And but I also don't think that what's happening with this camera. This only happens when we start streaming, by the way.
Yeah, I don't know why
Um,
it does that.
yeah. All right. So
He's figuring it out. While he's figuring it out, oh, he's back.
yeah.
Okay.
But yeah. So what was I saying?
You were saying we want to be represented in different facets.
Yeah, we want to be represented in different facets, right? And I don't necessarily think that the facet that Tiana Taylor's character was represented is wrong. Same thing with Pearline. I don't think that was wrong. I understand when people are saying that like it's one-sided, but it being one-sided does not make it wrong or bad.
Mm.
It just means we need more of the other thing. It's like if you are no, this analogy is going to be
Oh
screwed
boy.
from the beginning.
Oh
It's
boy.
like if you're cooking something and you use a ton of salt in it, but the recipe actually calls for a ton of salt, but typically it's offset by some other seasoning that's put in the food, but you didn't put that other seasoning in the food. That doesn't mean that the salt was wrong to add. It just means that you also need to add the other ingredient too to make it a full meal. And I do feel like a lot of times we're not getting a full meal, right? But one's not bad because the other one's not present.
Hmm. Gotcha. Um, I get the analogy. I don't know if that fully applies when there is a targeted group feeling it negatively. Um,
Mm.
because they're they feel like they're always getting it the short end of the stick in all
Sure.
forms. So I think that's the real problem. I think for me, other than Michael B. Jordan, we don't
Mhm.
really have a lot of diverse film black people, like Denzel, but like Denzel and Michael B. Jordan, but like in film,
You
like
mean
big
like movie
movies.
stars?
Yeah, not you don't gotta be a movie star. You just be in a movie, because I don't think Tiana Taylor's a movie star. Just like be in movies and be a dope character. I feel like
No, I think we have a lot actually.
who?
Jeffrey Wright,
Okay.
Angela Bassett, uh, Samuel Jackson. Uh,
Mm,
you already mentioned Michael B. Jordan, Letitia Wright. Like we
T-shirt,
have
right?
so Shuri. We have
What? Other than Black Panther, she's nowhere to be found.
she was in that Black Mirror episode. But but yeah, Wumi Masaku's in something all the time.
Streaming
When is
most
she
of the
not
time, though.
working?
I'm,
She
I'm
got a
talking about
job.
film. I'm just talking about film.
Yeah,
On TV, we're good.
yeah,
We have tons of representation on TV. That's
mhm,
why I think movies is getting hurt so much, because TV
yeah.
does what I'm talking about. Whether you're Asian, Spanish, black, white,
Oh yeah, there's
or
something for
different
everybody.
kind of white or different kind of black, you have
Yeah,
something on TV, right?
yeah, for sure.
But in movies, it's just so limited. Michael B.
Yeah,
Jordan, Denzel, Angela Bassett. Nah, she was in Black Panther, but other than that, you don't really see her in film. Her big thing right now is that TV show that you're watching right now, where they go into space. Uh,
yeah, 911, baby. We
911.
went from paramedics to astronauts.
Yeah, even Viola Davis. Like I feel like she should be more theatrical. Like she did The Woman King, which I thought was great, but it didn't
Yep,
do well. And then after that, she's been in a streaming movie. She was in that Amazon movie. I think you said it was bad, but I don't know.
it wasn't great, but I
Yeah,
wouldn't necessarily call it bad.
yeah.
Um,
So I
yeah,
see both sides. I think that's mostly for me
yeah,
to sum it up, and then we get into the comments. Is that I see both sides. I think that on one side, we do need to be able to play different kinds of characters. We don't need to be perfect. We don't need to be the Huxtables all the time, if that's how you say it,
right.
Bill Cosby. But we also don't want that to be the only representation of us that we have. I think
Yeah,
that's,
for sure. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. But yeah. So we also have Zendaya. Zendaya.
Yeah, yeah. Challengers, Dune.
Mhm.
Um, she's always in something. Greatest Showman. Yeah,
She's always in something. Yep.
she always in something.
Oh,
She
we
got
got
like
my
four
guy,
films.
David Johnson. He's coming up.
David Johnson is also doing really well in Romulus and Long Walk and Rye Lane. Everybody, if you haven't checked them out in Rye Lane, go check that out.
I
Great
actually need
rom
to
com.
check him out in Riley as well.
But yeah,
Um,
let in the comments down below. I know it's a little difficult to talk about representation and things like that, but we would like to hear your thoughts on it as well. It's an open case. Don't feel like um, we're gonna put you to stake for having an opinion. We're here to discuss. Just be respectful.
let me tell you something. It depends on what that opinion is, because you might be up to stake.
That's why I added
I'm
be
not gonna I'm
respectful.
not gonna lie to you on this stream. You say something effed up, you might be out of here.
That's why I specifically said that, because there was someone we had to ban last stream because they came in here
Yeah.
wilding out. But
Yep.
um, but that was because they were being disrespectful to both of us. So yeah,
Hmm.
just be respectful.
Which is
It
funny
was
because I
like that
actually
one
didn't.
time somebody came in and started talking about woke and didn't know really the proper meaning in
Oh
one of
my
my
god.
this is like a year ago. And everybody in my
Yeah.
chat was getting ready to attack him. And I was like, slow down. Let's make this a teaching moment. And I
Mm-hmm.
taught him what the original word of woke and where it came from and how it was skewered. And he said, you know what? No one sat me down and talked to me about it before. I didn't know that. As a black person, I feel ashamed. I'm sorry. Boom. You don't get that on the internet. This is not in person.
No, no, you
Usually
better
he would
come
just
in.
double down.
Yeah, you better come to the internet perfectly formed. Yeah, I mean, you better know what you're talking about. But yeah, also, Zach,
What's up?
is Joni Turner Smith not an Aries and a
Yeah.
major part of it? Is she not black?
Yeah.
Zach, she ain't black enough for you?
Whoa, that's
Hmm?
crazy.
Hmm?
I
Hmm?
never said that.
All right,
But the people who watch one battle after another ain't watching Aries. So they ain't see
that's
that
not
shit.
true, Zach. That's
You,
not
you
true,
think there's crossover?
Zach. What we about to talk about?
We are not. We watch everything.
We do watch everything.
We watch things we don't even want to watch. I saw the TV Glow. That it will be the continuous war of Film Club. I saw the TV Glow and the Magical Negroes, or whatever how you say that name of the movie, will
That
always get
should
shit
be the
on.
name of our channel.
The
I saw
Magical.
this DB Glow's terrible
I'm not
podcast.
doing that. Yes. Out of here. Luke Ponto said, "What's up, my dudes?" Luke Ponto, what's up, man?
Panto, Punches Panto. That's not it.
Laser said, "What's good, guys? I hit 2,900 subscribers. Hopefully, hit 3K by the end of the year. Good shit, man. Hard work,
Awesome,
hard
man.
work." I
Hard
asked in the
work pays
chat.
off.
We spent like an hour, 2 hours working on our camera and audio quality, and Laser said we look great. So
That's
I'm happy to
awesome.
hear that.
Yeah, man.
Snack and sit with Dave. That's Dave's show normally. Says, "Sup, guys? What's up, Dave?"
What up, Dave? Like the
Zach
new name.
New, Papa
Zach
Zach.
Nell,
The
our
dynamic
guy.
duo. I'm curious if you saw the Send Help trailer. Remy's returning to Thriller. It looks great. Have you seen the
Okay, yeah.
trailer?
So I need to see it. I have not seen the trailer. No.
Yeah, that's Dylan O'Brien and Rachel McAdams, two co-workers who hate each other, end up on a stranded on an island and have to survive.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Sounds really fun.
Who's putting out that movie?
Sam Raimi is directing it.
No, who like the
Oh, who's
studio?
putting it out? I don't know who's putting it out. I don't remember
Okay.
seeing the logo.
Because if it was Warner, I was going to say, hey, let's see if we can, watch the trailer live. But
Yeah.
one, I would have to download it, and my ability to download things has changed since I changed my computer because my new computer doesn't allow me to do what I was doing. And
Send Help.
two, if it was Warner Brothers, be like, hell no. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
they strike everything. Yeah. So
It doesn't even have it. It just says Raimi Productions. I wonder if he has a.
I wonder if that's it.
That'd be interesting. I'm pretty sure he has a bigger production crew or whatever, but he's the main one. Are we talking Tron tonight? I feel like no one is checking for that franchise. We're also going to be talking about why.
Yeah.
I watched the first Tron and I did not think it held up. I'm not very computer knowledgeable about computer jargon, so I really didn't understand what was happening most of the time. Look,
Let me tell you something. Go ahead. Tell them.
me and you talked about this already because we did a whole talk in last four watch and talked about it.
Yep.
The beginning of Tron, I had to rewind a lot because
I had to turn on the subtitles
because they was just yapping. They went into the computer really fast. Shit was just happening. There was no build up, no nothing.
Zero.
So I get it.
Yeah, like I legitimately had to turn on the subtitles because I did not know what the hell they were talking about. But once I read the subtitle, oh, that's what you're saying. Okay, whatever. But it's almost like the new phenomenon in movies where they don't tell. It feels like they. Pardon me. It feels like they don't tell actors to project anymore. Like
Yeah.
they're in a movie. It feels like talk as naturally as you can. And it's like, no, see, listen, we like I grew up watching movies, like we've already made the social art to contract that you're going to talk not like a human being but like a character. I'm cool with it. I'm good. You don't need to mumble and talk under your breath like they did in Tenet. I wanted to throw something through the screen. Speak up.
It's
Talk,
true.
Jason.
When I watch old movies, I'm like, wow, they shout a lot,
Yeah,
but you understand everything they're saying.
right. I've never watched Forrest Gump and said, I have no idea what he just said. You know what I mean? Same thing with most movies.
Yeah, I just feel like no one is checking for Roofman. The movie is so good. We'll also be talking about that. So
We're also talking about Roofman.
because there's things that I like, I'm adding parts and segments, despite what Kenny feels, because I know he doesn't like talking about this stuff. Box office talk and award season talk at the end of
It's
each
not
week.
even like talking about the box office.
Okay. We'll
I
see.
just
We'll
said it
see.
was your thing.
Needless to say, I did not make time to go see Ares. Fair.
All good.
John also said the trailer for Send Help is wild. It looks like Misery. A lot of people saying, did you see Triangle of Sadness, Kenny?
No, I
Oh,
didn't.
okay, never mind. I was about to
I
make a
didn't see
comparison.
Triangle of Sadness or Misery. I don't know what Misery is.
You don't know what
Um,
Misery is? The old movie Misery? Oh wow, I'm surprised you never heard of it. At least
yeah, 1990. Oh,
Misery.
you're talking about the year I was born. Oh yeah, I've seen pictures of this.
Yeah, I know you know what it is.
Yeah, that's Miss Trunchbull. She tried to kill Matilda.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's true. Collective Movie Man.
That's where I
What's
know her from.
up? Let's see. I'm gonna save John Darius's questions. Not a lot of black movies this year, actually. You know what I noticed this year? There's not a lot of black movies, and there's not a lot of animated movies. Last year we had a plethora of
There are
animated movies.
there's not a lot of animated movies. You're absolutely right.
Like I'm looking at like what's the best animated movie Oscar thing, and I'm like, I don't know what's gonna be nominated. I don't know if they have 5 to pick.
I do have a question, and I didn't know we were going to be going here this entire stream.
Yeah.
But what is
Uh
a black movie?
oh. Ooh, that's a long conversation. Um, a lot of people, some people say it has to be written and directed and starring black people. Some people says the star of the movie just has to be black. Um,
And
some
it
people
was
says
so
subject matter has to be black subject matter.
black centered. Yeah,
Sinners, White Man Can't Jump, even though it has a white lead, a white co-lead, they still say it's a black movie.
I think the definition of what a black movie is changes based on the movie that you're talking about and
mm,
on the conversation, right? Because you can say that this movie needs to be centered on black themes, whatever that means. I
yeah,
do know what that means. But but if I wanted to make a movie like Adam Sandler type movie where it's just a bunch of dudes just doing some goofy shit, right? Um is and it doesn't touch on race,
mm,
which is nearly impossible, just because of the reality of the world that we live in. I'm like, I don't know what people expect from us. Like, nigga, we go through this every day.
yeah,
But yeah, if I wanted to do like Cool Runnings, right?
yeah.
Updated, and it's just about the Jamaican bobsled team that wanted to compete in the Olympics, like, is that a black movie? Is
I would
Cool
say
Runnings
yeah.
a black movie?
I say it is.
I think so too.
I grew up watching it, and it
Yeah,
was.
yeah.
I,
But
I
like for me,
that I
yeah,
think I do think because like if we do an Adam Sandler like comedy and you add a Chris Rock, a Dave Chappelle, a Kevin Hart, and a Dwayne Johnson, right? Which actually that sounds amazing. If you have them and they're just going on like a cool older guy trip, having fun, doing
yeah,
goofy stuff, but they're themselves. They talk like how we talk. But they're not talking about black. I think that's still a black because we live like that. We do
yeah,
those things without talking about race. So I do think that
right.
would be a black movie.
And the reason why I bring this up is because I was just looking through this year just to see if I agree with the fact that there's not a lot of black movies this year. Um, and I've seen a few movies where I'm like, okay, I can see how this could be a black movie, and I can see how this one couldn't be a black movie, right?
Mm.
So just for the sake of fun, I kind of want to do that real quick. Do you
Yeah,
mind?
let's
All
go.
right, all right.
We're doing. I was gonna say MacGuffin. That's the wrong word. We're
Yeah, I don't know what you was talking
throwing a wrench
about.
in the plan. I don't know.
Yeah, give me 1 second to set this up, and I'll be right back.
Okay, I'll
You
keep
handle
going. The chat. He left me alone. What's up, guys? Eddie Murphy, Chris Rock, they were all big black actors in the 80s and 90s. Definitely agree. Huge stars. More Eddie Murphy than Chris Rock, but definitely Eddie Murphy in movies. Overall, I did love the film. I also see how general audiences find one more entertaining because it was much faster paced story than Legacy. It's a long shot, but I hope we get a fourth film one day. Yeah, I wouldn't say I love the film, but I really liked Ares. We're going to talk about that in the spoiler review versus like Kenny, who didn't like it at all. I did really like it and enjoyed my time with it. Based on the box office, I do think we're going to get a fourth film because for some reason people want to keep making Tron films, despite most of them not, like Tron original didn't make a lot of money. Tron Ares didn't make the amount of money that they expected, even though it made a decent amount of money. And then this one's a total flop. So I do think we'll get a fourth one day, but now I think it's going to be so long from now that it's probably going to be a completely different story. Probably not even continue what's going on. She has a movie coming out next year that I'm really looking forward to, Children of Blood and Bone. It's based off a book. I read it this year. It's kind of similar to Harry Potter. I am really excited about that. I am excited this starts a trend of black books being adapted into film because we have a lot of fantastical stories from Africa, from African American stories, from the Caribbean, from different parts, us being Vikings, us being samurais. I want to see more stuff like that adapted. So yeah, I'm definitely down for that movie. I'm gonna watch the hell out of it, and I'm excited to see if it does well, and hopefully it does well, that it starts a trend. Because I think we can get more stuff than Greek mythology and Norse mythology and Vikings. We always get that, but we don't get other mythologies. There's so much cool African mythology that could become movies, and other religions and stuff like that. Lila did that movie just for a check. It wasn't good.
So I don't see a problem with that. All right, so here is what we have. I'm going to be on the screen.
Are you looking at your personal list?
What? Fudge a dog.
Speaking of that, me and Kenny are every year we have a competition who see who can get to 100 films that year. First, in the middle of the year, Kenny was beating me, but I have surpassed him. I'm at 97 films for the year, so I'm almost there. How many films you've watched this year, Kenny? That's new.
First of all, that's rude. Because I'm
always on your neck.
I struggle with mental health. You know what I'm saying? Like,
get the hell out of here.
And I'm going through the tissues. You know what I'm saying? But no, I'm at 79 movies.
Okay. If it was 69, it'd be better. Giggity. But yeah, let's go.
All right. So obviously, this looks backwards on my end. I don't know how it looks for you guys.
It looks right on our end.
Okay, good. And let me actually because my ADHD, let me just move this. What the fuck? Oh,
what are you doing?
Sorry. I gotta move this over so it's even. Anyway, all right. Obviously, Sinners.
Yes.
One battle after another.
Ooh. No.
I don't think so either. But I do think that there are relevant themes. Also, one thing me and Zach talked about earlier before the stream, people saying that this movie is one of the most important films of the decade and the best movie of the decade are off their rocker. I have this movie number 2 for the entire year of 2025. It ain't nowhere near the most important movie of this decade. I don't know.
That number 6 for me. You have higher than I do.
Yeah.
Demon Slayer is better than one bad after another for me. I'm sorry.
Here's another one. My Dead Friend Zoe.
No.
Stars Sonequa Martin Green.
It does.
She is the lead.
Yeah.
I don't consider it a black movie, but I do consider it a movie about a important subject starring a black person.
Yeah.
Who is the lead, right? It's not necessarily about black themes.
No.
But it does.
It's just universal themes that affect everyone.
I was about to say something really funny because
Thunderbolt has a black person in it. That also is a black person being in a movie with no black themes.
That's true. So let's
Action Machine.
No, The Rock is black. Mark Hurst black?
No, The Rock is black.
That doesn't make it a black movie.
I know, but I'm just saying we're gonna count out my friend.
Oh
my
yeah,
dead
yeah,
friend
yeah,
Joey.
yeah. I guess we should
We
count
trying to
it.
act like The Rock ain't black. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So yes, even though The Rock is playing someone who's not black, even though he is black. Oh, wait, race
Is
swap.
Mark Hurst black?
I don't know. He might just be a light skinned black dude. I don't know. For some reason, I don't think so. But who knows?
He's Puerto Rican,
Oh, my
which
people.
he can still be black in Puerto Rican. I don't know.
Yeah.
What did he-
Anyway, let's see. Magazine Dreams. This was the one that made me want to have this conversation.
Yeah, I think so because it almost said it's like my dead friend Zoe, but there are themes and things that happen in the movie that's very within our culture. Even if I don't think it's handled the best, it is there. So yeah, I'll count Magazine Dreams.
Yeah. And just for the sake of my own sanity, because I'm sure we're going to turn this into a clip. I'm just going to make myself bigger because we'll still see the movies as we go. So who am I? What am I doing? All right. So Magazine Dreams. Oh, obviously, One of Them Days is a black movie. Yes. Obviously,
that's the second biggest black movie of the year,
and it's good. Yes. So wait, are we saying this is only the second black movie of the year so far?
That's the second biggest one of the year, and yeah, that's the second one.
So what was? And it is the second. Okay, now that Sinners in One of Them Days.
Oh no, we said Magazine Dreams was a black movie, so no, it's a third.
Okay, yeah. So Magazine Dreams. I don't know if I agree with that, but I also don't disagree with that. I'm on the fence.
Okay.
I mean, sure, yeah, it is. Let's see. Not seeing any Negroes.
You starting to make his point.
There we go.
Brave New World.
Yeah.
I
say.
I want to hear what you say.
Yeah, I say yes.
Okay, why?
It is specific, not specific. Actually, no. You know what? Now I'm on the fence because nothing happened in that movie.
Yeah,
because Sam was black. Like, and I don't want to go and reiterate it, but my entire issue with the movie is the fact that the entirety of the film is not really Sam centered at all. It has nothing to do with Sam other than Isaiah being like brainwashed, which he wasn't even necessarily a target. He just happened to be there. So it was kind of like, yeah, I could see if we were, but it does have some themes, some black themes, which Isaiah is basically having PTSD, from the Tuskegee experiments, right? So that's always going to be something that Isaiah has to deal with.
And there's some undertones of stuff, the way how Ross talks to him about you're not Steve Rogers, and there's a little bit of it in there.
With the old man finger.
And then the Danny Ramirez at the end saying, like, I can believe you being for us and representing us. You know what? It is.
Okay, so that brings up another question.
Yeah.
How central to the movie does a black thing need to be for it to be a black movie?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I feel like I didn't realize how essential it was until Danny Ramirez's character said that at the end. And I was like, oh, okay. That's why he's following him around. That's why he feels so important.
Yeah.
Because he represents people who felt like they couldn't do it because Steve Rogers represents something completely different from everybody else.
Yeah.
So it's hard. I would count it, but I can see why people wouldn't.
Now this next one absolutely is Woman in the
Yard. Yeah.
No question about it. So we're at 4?
4, yeah.
Why is Megan? It's not about you. Let's see.
A black movie.
Head of State stars Idris Elba as the El Presidente.
I haven't watched that. Is it good?
It's solid. It's you won't be disappointed watching it.
Okay.
But yeah, no. Well, I can tell you, no. Good Boy. I just wanted to point out Good Boy because
Man, you
that
don't
dog,
scroll.
he's such a good
Good
boy.
boy.
Let's see. No. There's a black person in Minecraft.
In the
Let's
amateur,
see.
in Long Walk. That doesn't mean
Right.
anything.
It doesn't mean anything at all. Opus.
No.
Yeah, I agree. G20. You haven't seen it. I have. No. Absolutely not. Let's see. And
Ooh, highest to lowest.
oh,
Yes.
yes.
Yes,
Oh, no matter how I feel about Highest and Lowest, it's a
definitely.
black movie. Yeah.
And him.
Yeah. Okay. So I also okay. So him. Yes.
Yes.
You can't discard.
Yeah.
You can't
You
throw
can't
away
do that
something
movie
for
without
being
it.
a. Huh?
You can't do that movie without it. Like, it's a
Right.
different movie if it's not
Yeah.
black.
Regardless of how I feel about the movie,
Yeah.
it's a black movie. Now, here's the most important movie we need to talk about, which is World of World.
The best black movie of the year.
Yeah. It was you.
That's definitely a black movie. That's
Yeah.
one of the ones you turn on at the cookout in the background, and then everybody peeps in and laugh.
For sure. For sure. So I forgot to count.
I'm
So
pretty sure it's like 6 or 7.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we said?
5. Yeah.
4 and a possible.
4 and a possible.
Um,
6.
5 and a possible.
Wait, one of them
No.
days. You skip one of them days.
Oh, wait. Yeah, one of them days. So that's 6 and a possible and
Sinners.
Sinners. So what's that? 7?
Yeah, 7 and a possible.
7 impossible. Yeah. So that's it. But here's the thing. I'm also 100% sure. Okay. All right. To end the conversation, because you already know where I'm going. Tyler Perry puts out 15 movies a year. So those are all black movies.
Yeah, well, yeah, of course.
Yeah, for sure. Like you can't deny them they're black.
That's all he does.
Yeah, it's foolishness. Some of it, not all of it. But some of the stuff is okay. All the stuff is what the hell are you doing? But they're all black movies. So yeah, but as far as what you're saying in terms of big black movies, Sinners and yeah, Sinners one of them days and Cap.
Yeah,
that's it. So yeah, like there's definitely they definitely have a point for sure.
Yeah, there's a big gap.
Yeah, a huge gap in our.
And when if you introduce other ethnicities in there, like Asians and Spanish and, and Native American, it's not existent.
Even fewer. I think for Native American, it's Tornado.
Yeah,
that might be it.
And they're in Sinners.
They are in Sinners. They're not in Predator Killer of Killers.
No. They should have did that though. Oh no, well they did it in Prey. So
yeah, they did do it in Prey. You saw the post credit scene or the ending of Predator's Killer?
Yeah, did you see the extra one? The updated one?
I didn't see the updated one. Let me get back to my natural state, and I'll be right back.
Yeah. Let me keep going through the comments. Regardless, the talk of representation of black people.
Wait. Take that off right now. So what do you think? How many black movies do you think came out in 2025? And what do you consider to be a black movie? This is a conversation that I think is really important.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't want to deny anybody's points. So let us know in the comments, what is a black movie? What's not a black movie? How many black movies have come out this year? And I guess our last question is, do you feel properly represented in the movies that do come out that star black people? That's our question. And I'm black. You black. Hopefully. Maybe. If you're not black, watch the video anyway. Like, subscribe, hype the video. I don't think we have a hype because our John isn't monetized yet, which is crazy because I thought that. Anyway, so Thank you guys for watching, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Anyway, let me go get back to my
You out here
news.
being a good YouTuber and shit. Regardless, talk for representation of Black people. I like to get us roles where we don't have to necessarily race swap, but instead of showcase us characters that are just fun to watch. I definitely can see that. I have no interest in Tron Ares. I only like the original Tron movie. I watched it for the first time this year, and I thought it was really good as a separate movie. Have you seen Tron Legacy, which I think is a better film? Usually, the only roles we get are highly built off the fact that the characters we see are black or it's from solely black perspective. I like us to get characters that are cool without focusing on color. I agree. You guys sound and look crisp. Thank you, Zach. I appreciate that. What are you more excited for in November and why? Wicked or for Wicked? Wicked, Stranger Things 5 or Zootopia? Stranger Things 5, I'm super excited for. Wicked for good, I'm not super that excited for. Zootopia 2, I love the first one, so I'm excited and scared at the same time. Hopefully it's amazing, but we'll see. I forgot Roofman was even coming out. There was no trailers, bro. I've seen trailers for Roofman, but I live in New York, so we see everything.
Yeah, I live in Philly, so we also pretty much get every trailer for things that they won't even show in that theater. So yeah,
That's so true. It's like you not. Why did you show the trailer for this if you're not going to carry it?
right.
Okay, he's all right. Let's get into our first topic of the night, so we can move on, and then we'll get into the rest of your comments.
Mhm.
Tank, what's up?
What up, Tank?
I know he's excited
Thanks
for
for joining us, man.
what's it called? The Tron talk because he has thoughts. So yeah, we're gonna run through our last four watch. This is gonna be
Okay.
pretty easy because Kenny's is everything we're talking about tonight.
Right. So, basically, yeah, the Tron trilogy and Roofman are pretty much what I watched over this past week. I did rewatch. I'm cheating a little bit. I did rewatch Strange Darling from last year, which is a phenomenal film. Just more pequeño. But yeah. So Tron, we talked about last week. Tron, I enjoyed quite a bit. Right. So I won't go into it fully, but Tron, I enjoyed quite a bit.
Yeah,
Like I'm not saying it's the best movie in the world, but just going back to that 80s aesthetic, I had a good time, even though I had to turn on the subtitles because I didn't know what the niggas was saying at all. Tron Legacy. Tron Legacy was actually really good. I actually really enjoyed that movie, and I finished it while I was sitting in the theater for Tron Ares. It was like I had 15 minutes left when I got to the theater, so I just sat there while they were playing all the trailers and stuff like that. I sat here and I was locked in. Now them speakers in the IMAX 3D are loud, so I also had to turn on the subtitles for here. And when the Mandalorian and Grogu trailer played, I had to pause that joint and just hope I could finish it before because I was just looking at Mandalorian and Grogu because Star Wars on the big screen is where it belongs. Just
great.
sidebar. So what else was I talking about? Oh yeah, and then we'll talk about Tron Ares, then we'll talk about Roofman later on. So this is my last one.
Yeah, and my four is similar. I also watched the regular Tron, but that was last week, and then I watched Tron Legacy, which I had a great time with it as well. I think it's better than the first one. And then I watched Tron Ares. We're going to talk about that. Roofman, we're going to talk about. But then I also watched How to Train Your Dragon live action. I missed it in the theaters because I didn't watch the animated version, so I had no attachment to it. I'm not really big on the live action remakes, so it's on Peacock, I think. Yes, and
Yeah.
I enjoyed it greatly. I liked it a lot.
It's
We
good.
don't get a lot of fantasy movies lately or at all.
No,
So it
no.
was cool to see a live action fantasy film and get into like the Vikings and all that stuff. I think Gerard
Yep.
Butler killed it,
Yep.
reprising the role of his character. The dragons look great, and that final battle, holy
Woo!
moly, it
Pop the
looked
molly, I'm
amazing.
sweating.
Whoop! Yeah, it was really, really good. So I had a great time with How to Train Your Dragon. So those are both our last four watch. Drop it in the chat below and the comments. What were the last four films you watched? And let us know what you thought about them. I'm very interested. All right. Let's get into the first movie of the night.
Okay.
Is this the right thing? Nope, that's Roofman.
No.
Tron
See, Tron
Ares.
Ares.
Eddies. Okay. Kenny, what were
Yo,
your thoughts going into the movie, and then what was your first impressions after you got out?
So my thoughts going into the movie were, I hope I finish Tron Legacy before this movie starts. Because as I was saying, I was literally watching Tron Legacy, the last 15 minutes of it, as I was stepping into the theater. Actually, as I was sitting in the theater waiting for Tron Ares to start. So my whole thought process rather, was, am I going to be able to get through this before Tron Ares starts? And I was actually but the but for the movie itself, for Tron Ares itself, I was actually really interested because I saw the first one, enjoyed it, was watching the second one over the course of like 2 days, was enjoying it. So of course, naturally, I want to see the third one. I thought it was an interesting casting choice to have um Jared Leto. So I didn't really know how to feel about that casting choice in general. Not because of, well, I mean, yeah, partly because of all the controversy, but also partly because of, if you want to sell your movie, maybe don't choose somebody who is wrapped in controversy. That's like getting Mel Gibson to star in Tron. It's like, what are you doing? Like, why would you do that?
I think
You
Mel
know,
Gibson probably would have been a
maybe.
better choice.
I mean, like,
He's
but
not
it's not
as
even like,
heated, you know.
it's not because, yeah, Mel Gibson can act circles around uh, uh, Dallas Buyers Club,
Jared Leto.
um, Jared Leto. So it's not even about that. It's about selling the movie. Do you
Yeah.
want your movie to make money?
Yeah.
And I'm not sure that they made the right decisions to make that happen. As a
The
matter
whole
of fact,
cast, they didn't make the right decision when it comes to that. Because if you think about Evan Peters, he's a streaming movie guy star,
yeah,
but he is not a movie seller.
yeah. And I had to snap myself back into reality because I was going to say maybe you should have switched Jodie Turner-Smith and Jared Leto's in the casting of their
Ooh.
characters, but
That still wouldn't have
people would
helped.
have been complaining about, oh, now you got the black people leading the Tron. What the niggas doing in the computers? Like they would have been like,
And I wasn't ready for that. I had a whole thought, and I was not ready for you to say that. That was
you don't
amazing.
want digital niggas.
Yeah, having the one of the main antagonists being a black female and having the main protagonist being an Asian woman, this movie
Oh yeah,
would have made $5.
yeah, for sure.
We're gonna get into the box office later,
Yeah,
but
and
it
that's
would have made $5.
unfortunate. Yeah, and that's unfortunate. We're not laughing at that, but just the reality of the situation.
Yeah,
Is,
we're laughing at the reality. Obviously,
yeah, yeah.
if it was Jodie Turner-Smith and Greta Lee, I'm a fan of both of them, so I'd have been like,
Mhm.
yeah, I'm in it. I just wanted to see more Tron.
Right.
So
We'll talk
like
about
after
that
you
part
the
too.
credits rolled for the film and you got out of it, what was your like initial impressions like after you watched it?
My initial impression, because I was thinking about, so we both review movies. We be thinking about what we're gonna say in a review while we in the theater sometimes, especially if the movie's bad and we're already taken out of it.
Yeah,
We already need something to think about, right? So what I was thinking, basically, let's take it like this. Now, I'm not saying that all these movies are the same level of quality. I'm just
yeah,
making a point about how I feel about Tron in the Tron series.
yeah,
Okay?
yeah.
Everybody cool? We good? We not saying that these movies are of the same quality. Okay? Spider-Man, Tron, Spider-Man 2,
That
Tron
disclaimer.
Legacy, Spider-Man 3, Tron Ares. Okay, let's do this again. X-Men, Tron, X2, X-Men United, Tron Legacy, X3, The Last Stand, Tron Ares, Beverly Hills Cop, Tron, Beverly Hills Cop 2, Tron, Beverly Hills Cop 3, whoo, Tron Ares. So that's how I feel about it. It suffers from the the third movie in the trilogy curse, where it's usually 9 times out of 10, the third movie in the trilogy sucks, and it loses its soul. It loses the thing that made the first two movies actually worthwhile and gave us a reason to come to the theater for them. And Ares, Tron Ares, for me, has that same thing. Now, does it have cool effects? Absolutely. It looks amazing. It sounds amazing. The story, trash. Trash.
you would think you
So
froze.
that's basically how I feel about the film. And I'll let you go.
Gotcha. So going into the movie, I didn't have big opinions on it because I never saw any of the Tron films. And I saw the first Tron. I was like, wow, this is really unique in look. And I like some of the effects. Didn't really care about the story. Like the characters, though. I really like the characters, like the action. I wish it was more of it. And funnily enough, and I think this is funny across all the Tron movies, Tron is not really in a lot of any of these movies.
Yo, for a series called Tron ain't in it.
He in it, right? Like he was in the first Tron. That's probably the most he was in it, right?
Right.
He wasn't in it a lot,
and then, he was a side character.
And in Tron Legacy, he barely in it,
right?
And in Tron Ares, he's not in it at all.
You remember in Tron Legacy where it's like the third act of the movie, and the protagonists are being chased. Flynn and them is being chased, right? And then Flynn turns around, oh shit, that's Tron. It was like that was it.
Now?
That was it. And then Tron turns around and says, I'm going to turn on the enemy now. I'm going to turn on Clue. Was it Clue? It was Clue, right? Clue. Yeah, I'm going to turn on Clue because reasons. Like that, yeah. So for a series called Tron really is not in this movie.
And they really got him up out of here this one because he ain't in this movie at all. So I for sure thought, okay, Ares is gonna meet Tron and they're gonna have this come to Jesus moment. Nah, that was like, get him out of here. Did the guy who played Tron die?
I don't know.
I wonder. But
I got the Googles.
Yeah, Googles. So going into it, I was just like, okay, I like the visuals. I wish I saw these in theaters when they originally came out. Especially the original Tron, because that probably would have blew my mind. So I was excited for something to look visually stunning, have some great action, and have characters that I care about a little bit. And coming out of the movie, I was like, this was better than I expected, because going in, I heard so much bad shit about it. So everybody's like, it's the worst movie of the year, which is exaggeration. I clearly haven't seen a lot of movies. And I liked the movie. After coming out of it, I was like, the action was great. I liked the main characters. I liked the mixture of characters when they finally got them in the middle. The movie has issues, but I ended up liking overall. He's alive?
Yeah, he's 75.
Oh, thankfully. They should have just brought him back as Tron. Don't de-age him, but they brought him back as Tron. Make Tron do something in his franchise.
Make Tron do something. Yo, the contract negotiations being like, this time we got a story for Tron.
We're gonna do something with him. He's actually gonna be the main character in this movie.
Right.
So I really ended up liking Tron Ares experience in the theater, especially watching it RPX. We're gonna talk about like sound design and VFX and you saw it in IMAX, right? 3D? Or
yeah. IMAX 3D. I went all out.
And I saw it in RPX because my IMAX is far as shit. I want to ask you about the main crux. The main reason why this movie probably didn't do well box office wise, Jared Leto. We both feel very different about his performance. Let the people know how you feel about Jared Leto's performance as Ares.
I thought that despite the fact, so here's the thing. He plays a stoic. He plays this. Sorry, my mind is doing things. So here's my thought about Jared Leto. He's playing Ares, who is obviously the new super soldier that Evan Peters' character has come up with, so that he can sell it to the highest bidder, to the military, whatever. And the problem is that they die within 29 seconds, or no, 29 minutes. Because 29 seconds would be crazy. You can't even roll that thing.
Just like, sir, what are you selling us?
Right. They die within 29 minutes, which is really interesting because homegirl from the second one, which is out in the world with Sam, just living. I don't know why they suddenly need a life support, but
he's not the same thing as her.
Right. No, yeah, I know that, but it seemed like when Clue in the second one was like, yo, get us the source code, John, and we all getting out here, we taking over. There didn't seem to be any kind of
Limit.
trepidation of whether or not they could survive on Earth.
Yeah.
So suddenly, this more advanced company, because it's years later, can't get that right? But anyway, that's neither here nor there. As far as Jared Leto's performance of playing this emotionless, stoic protagonist, there's a way to play emotionless and stoic and just super serious, like ice cream butter. I don't know why I said that. This white bread, this Wonder Bread, like just blank slate of a character, and still have some kind of gravitas, some kind of magnetism, right?
Yeah.
I every time Jared Leto was on screen and he was saying things, I was like, okay, if that's all right, I guess that's what he wants. Okay, um, cool. But then it flips when he gets to Earth and he starts telling like kind of like pop culture jokes in a sense, and it
Yeah.
was like,
From the
where
80s
where
and
the
stuff like
where
that.
the did this come from? Where did this come from? Right? Because even if it was like 80s references, the nigga wasn't born in like they updated the software. That's the whole point of this series, this story, right? But I just thought that all of his mannerisms in this movie didn't give me a reason to want to root for and follow this protagonist. As a matter of fact, his change of mind, his change of heart, which does make sense from a standpoint of if you keep being told that you're expendable, then eventually
Yo,
you're going to
yeah.
say, "Hey, get me out of here." Right? And I get that, but
Especially when they killed the red-headed guy. He was just like,
yeah, he's like, "All
that
right,
was
look,
a homie.
yeah, like, come on, y'all. We can't be that expendable. No, so
Yeah.
wait. Not only did you tell me once you kill me, you're gonna bring me back, but you killed this nigga for real?
Yeah, and didn't bring him back.
Right. So I get that motivation for his character, but it just didn't land for me in the way I would have liked, where I'm like, yeah, get him, Jared Leto. Like we've seen movies where the machine has been made and it turns against its master. We're rooting for it because we're like, yo, man, you are someone who I want to spend time with. Your boss is a jerk. I want you to go get him, right? Jared Leto didn't do that. I'm sorry, that was a very long-winded way of answering your
No,
question.
that was perfect time. Perfectly timed. And I'm on the opposite side of that. I thought that while I don't think he gave the best type of that performance, I thought he did a good job of playing the emotionless AI. I was born on the grid. I don't have human emotions at first, even though he's tapped in. So it felt the way the movie set it up, it felt like it was all about survival while he was in the grid, because literally like he when he woke up first, they were just killing him, and to the
Yeah.
point where he had to learn to fight and not die. And then it was all
Mhm.
about just being this machine, and he probably was taken out of the thing, die in 29 minutes, come back, and he's like just living through that, and he's like this emotionless thing. And then for some reason, when he saw Greta Lee's character, something about her lost with the loss that she had with her sister affected him
Yeah.
emotionally. And I think obviously part of that was him dying over and over again. He's just like, okay, there's something I've been feeling, but I don't know why. And there was like a connection there. They should have explored it more, and this is a problem with the script. But I saw that connection there, and then I thought he did a really good job as the stoic one. I do agree with the gravitas. I do agree that there are characters like this that have more gravitas. I just, when you said that, I thought about iRobot, right? Like the robot, he has
Yeah.
gravitas in that film. But
Son,
iRobot,
Sonny, right? His name was
yeah,
Sonny.
iRobot is
Yeah.
a great movie.
Agreed.
So then, like throughout the movie, I really thought his performance was solid, and I actually liked it more because I wasn't rooting for him until he got out of the thing, right?
Yeah.
And when he started like trying to connect with her, when he was saying he got the was the fish out of water situation that they were going with, and he's saying things not realizing there's jokes. I liked all that, and I was like, okay, cool. And I get it,
Mhm.
because it wasn't a thing of like I'm helping just to help because I'm just helpful AI. Woo! It was
Yeah.
like, no, I'm doing this because I want to live. I don't want to deal with this bullshit anymore because I saw what he did to the redheaded dude, and I don't want that to happen to me.
Mm-hmm.
And also just be a mindless robot that they send to fight war and die and then keep rebooting. That's trash life right there.
Yeah.
So I really liked everything he did in his chemistry with Greta Lee, and then his chemistry with the comedian guy who was not great in the beginning of the movie until all three of them were together. So I like Jared Leto's performance. Do I think he was the best they could have hired for this? No. They could have gotten someone else that had a little bit more, and it might have just been because people don't like Jared Leto. I don't have a problem with Jared Leto. I hear about things that he's done. I don't have he hasn't hit anybody in the face that, from my knowledge, he just has like a religious cult, and I'm like, yeah, there's a lot of religions out there that do the same thing he's doing. So
it's not the same. I mean, he has a religious cult. That's not the same thing. Oh, there's a lot of religions. A cult is different. Although I'm not knowledgeable about it. I'm just saying in general. Oh, it's a sex cult. That's what Tank just said. It's a sex cult. Okay, there's nothing wrong with sex unless you're being abusive. You're not getting
it's a sex cult, and they're consenting to it.
Consent, yeah.
So if they're not consenting to it, that's where the problem lies.
That's the problem.
That's the problem.
Consent. You know what I mean? Get it.
We at Zach Attack Reviews and Kenny Sparks and the Film Club believe in consent. Let's just put that out there.
Get the consent.
Get the consent.
Get the draws.
We wildin'. Okay,
you gotta get to get. You gotta get.
I want to hear you guys, because we're plugging out right now. You guys feelings on Jared Leto in the comments below. I know a couple people already dropped it in there. I know CC liked the movie. I know Tank did not. I know Dave liked it. So I know a couple people have different opinions on it, and also are mixed. So I definitely want to hear it. And TJ also is in here too. Shout out to him.
Hey, TJ, what's up? I do want to say this though. If he was good in this movie, I would say that, and I think you would say that. Well, you are saying that.
Yeah,
because
no problem with what he does outside of it.
Yeah, I've never been the type of person to be, and I hate when people do this. Even if it's something I agree with, that person is trash. Like, so let's take R. Kelly, for example, right?
Mm-hmm.
R. Kelly gets in trouble for all the things that he should have gotten in trouble for, and he's exactly where he needs to be, right? When niggas start saying, and he could never sing anyway. All right, listen, we can't be intellectually dishonest here. And his music was never good. Okay, listen, let's not do that. It's the same thing that they're doing with Kanye now, because Kanye is wilding and has been for a long time. Yeah. And his music was never good. Okay, let's take a break. Let's not be intellectually dishonest.
He had like a 5-album classic run. Let's
we can't just be like, I mean,
yeah, I get it. He's a terrible person. His music has dipped dramatically recently. But his first 5-6 albums are amazing.
Yeah. I see it all the time when people get in some type of societal moral trouble where their efforts and art-wise are discounted, which is like that doesn't make any sense. Anyway, so we spent way too much time on that. But he, to me, was not good.
Collect the Movie Band, thank you for becoming a member. Appreciate you.
Yeah, man. Appreciate it.
CC
money.
Let's get ratchet.
Yeah.
My mom's seeing the hunt.
We didn't Let's Get Ratchet dance.
Word. My mom's seeing After the Hunt on Saturday. I'm seeing either Roofman or Good Fortune. I am moderately excited for After the Hunt. I've been hearing not great things about it. I'm going to try to see it on Saturday. I'm seeing The Black Phone 2 on Friday.
Yeah. Zach's favorite franchise.
I gotta rewatch the first one before I see the second one, see if I can have a different opinion. Tron Ares was fire for me. I was locked in from start to finish. Same.
Awesome.
Oh yeah, why do we hate Jared Leto? I'm sure I can Google that, but what's up with him? Yeah, we talked about it. Sex cult. He's done weird things when he was playing the Joker, sending rats to people and doing all that method acting stuff.
Method acting to him was sending dead rats to people in envelopes.
Yeah.
Because the Joker's crazy, so let me be crazy to my cast members. You need to relax.
One thing I'll say, though, despite the rat thing, right? Mm-hmm. His co-stars haven't said really bad things about him, which I thought was interesting. For
Have
how
his co-star said anything about him?
I know Margot Robbie's talked about him, like outside of the rat thing, she didn't have an issue working with him. That might not be true, but she hasn't said anything. I just feel like when someone is usually this much hated, the co-stars will come out and be like, "Yeah, he is a dickhead." Because now it's like, okay, the fans don't like him, so we can talk about it too.
Yeah.
Big issue with Leto and Tron is because of him. We even got the Tron movie. He wanted to be in Legacy. He wanted to be in Legacy, and if there's a fourth one, he'll be in that too. He pushed for this movie. Oh, okay. Didn't realize that.
Neither
and
did
also, Leto doesn't put butts in seats. There's a lot of actors that we like, but they're just not movie stars.
Well, let's not be intellectually dishonest with that either. Okay, Morbius was put back in theaters. You know what I'm saying? It was Morbin time.
I was wondering what you were about to say, and it was a joke. Okay, good.
You know what I'm saying? Like they literally, Sony took that to heart. Oh, they really like it. Let's put it back. Like, no, nigga, we was joking. We don't like this
flop again. You flopped twice.
Right.
Yeah, I had no issues with his performance in the movie. He was playing AI. It's fair. But like Kenny says, there's a way to play it where you have gravitas. While I did,
you know what else is AI?
Could have been better.
You know who else is AI? Ultron. You know who else is AI? Voltron.
That's a little different. Because Ultron was AI with Tony Stark's personality. That's not fair.
But the nigga had personality.
Yeah, because they,
the cult of personality.
Ares was Leto, a fake being trying to be real. You sound like you just don't like this nigga. I feel like the way you put that, it's like a lot of you not liking him is the reason why you don't like this movie. Trying to be human. The director said, "Just be and do your normal flat acting. Perfect for Ares." God damn. When he writes the letter at the end, that's just how Leto really likes. Oh my god. Tennis Reaper.
Yeah, what up, Tennis?
He said, "How's the dynamic duo doing today? How's everyone doing in the chat? Appreciate y'all."
So you're not going to answer the question?
Oh, wait, what?
How you doing today?
Oh, I'm great. We're having a great stream. I'm having so much fun.
Yeah, I'm having a great time.
I hope you guys in the chat are having fun too. Hey, y'all, been late to streams, a lot late. First of all, I got two things to say. One, you're never late to the stream. The fact that you come, we both appreciate it so much. Thank you so much. Second of all, I saw on his Instagram, and you should be putting this in the chat, our boy's in a play. Our boy TJ's is in a play.
I thought he got rehearsal from 6 to 9. Excuse me, sir. You don't just go to rehearsal and don't tell the homies. What's up?
Why I got to find it on Instagram? Why are we not finding about a win? It should have been a win in the Discord.
Right. That means that you auditioned, got selected, you won the role, was doing all this. See, this is wrong with y'all 25 and 26-year-olds. Y'all think that y'all don't have to tell people. Have you called your mother this week? TJ, have you called your parents this week? Okay. Check in with your people. All right? Because y'all think that y'all young, y'all can go around and do whatever you want.
I don't know what this means. Does this mean something? I don't know.
The black women, they use it. And I am not going to tell them not to, because why would I? Who the fuck am I?
I was like, where are you going?
You're right. So, but I know
on this stream, Kenny.
Huh?
You scare me a lot on this stream because I'm like, where's he going? Oh, whew.
Nigga, I love black women.
I know that, but you can still say something out of pocket.
That's true. I do have the capacity, but if you look over the past 25 episodes, have I ever crossed the line? I've gotten to the line. Have I crossed?
You got real close, like close. You was touching it, tapping it. You was doing this on the line. Love the camera quality, audio quality. I appreciate that. He's abusive. He's like the only man in the cult. Is he the only man in the cult, or is he the only is there other men in the cult?
I'm actually really interested in this cult now. No, not interest like I want to join. Interest in like what the hell is happening. Like don't send me the pamphlet. Just tell me what's going on.
Tell me what's going on.
Yeah, I
Let's
just
get
want
into the rest
to.
of
Yeah,
this, and then we'll get back to the comments. So let's
hmm
talk about the rest of the cast. I know you have
yeah.
lots to say about Jodie Turner Smith, who played one of the
She's
AI.
yep.
I thought like she was a Terminator kind of character in this.
hmm
Yeah, tell me how you feel about Jodie Turner in this film.
She's the best part of this movie. She is incredible. As
Athena.
remember when I talked about gravitas?
Yeah.
She got it. She has the She's the same. She's built by the same people. And she has all the gravitas, the way she looks, the way she communicates, the way she talks to the user, the way that she, yeah, I mean, like everything that she does is done with this purpose, this personality that she has, right? Her ambition to go out and find Ares, to find Eve, to find, to get to Earth and hunt down these people. What she's doing on the motorcycle in the chase scene, which is amazing, by the way. This
Amazing.
movie has a lot of good parts to it.
Yeah.
Some of the parts though, some, but Jodie Turner Smith is easily the best part of this film. Everything that she's doing, I just want to see more of it. Like she's great. She's like if you told me that the next movie, the lead is Jodie Turner Smith, sign me up.
Yeah. Did she
I want
officially?
to.
She officially died, right? Or is she technically not officially dead because it looked like at the end of the movie that that grid is not totally gone. So I'm
Yeah,
wondering if they can bring her back.
I mean they could always bring her back because it's a digital
Stuff.
world. Yeah,
Stuff. I thought
God
she
willing,
was great. I
yeah,
love when they have like a Terminator like character in these movies. I remember in Black Widow, Taskmaster felt like that in the beginning until they didn't do it anymore. And she was great. I think one of the highlights was when Greta Lee's character knocked her over the banister. And I got scared for a second on that part of the movie because they just hyped up these things about being indestructible, and then she was down there for a long time. So I was
right.
like, movie,
Yeah,
you teased something, and then they
yeah.
did the fake out. She looked down there and she was gone, and you just hear the
Yo, those footsteps,
great
great
sound
sound design.
design, great sound
Great sound
design,
design.
great
Yeah.
great physicality. I said that in my personal review. She had great physicality. Greta Lee did a
hmm
great job of showing fear because she looked scared as shit. And yeah, even the fact that she was even running after the bike and
Right.
almost catching up to it, that was all great. And I
Super
do
cool.
wish we had more of her. I wish the movie was more about her chasing them than
hmm
kind of all of the extra
All the
stuff.
other stuff.
I
Yeah.
wish it was more about her chasing them because that's her like her she was made for that, right?
Yeah.
Like and the reason why Jared Leto's character's way is because what he's made for it's gone and he doesn't know what. Well, it is about that because he's talked
Yeah.
about like I'm disobeying orders and things like that. I don't know what to do myself. But yeah, she was great. She had a great look. She did a great job at the end of the movie as
Yep.
well.
Yep.
And she's a very cinematic face. I talked about in my review about her and Greta Lee both having cinematic faces because they both have very expressive faces.
Yep.
So they don't have to say much to tell us what they're expressing. Like the whole rain thing. Like they talked about in the beginning of the movie about what rain felt like. Jared Leto was trying to
Mhm.
explain it. And then she got distracted in the movie when she was about to kill Greta Lee's character, or Eve Kim, I think the character name is, when the
Yeah.
water fell on her. And that was a great moment too.
Right.
And she ran out of time.
Mm.
We both have different opinions on Greta Lee, right? Like I thought she was a really good protagonist. I liked her performance in here, despite also having problems with the way they used her in the third act, in the beginning of the third act, where she kind of became the scientist that just dumps exposition.
The sciences. Yeah.
Yeah. But before that, I thought she did a really good job with showing emotion and how she felt about her sister, showing the
Mhm.
fear as she was getting chased by these people. The thing about her that chase is she don't even know what the hell is going. She jumps off the plane. She's on her way to do the thing to show this groundbreaking thing. She doesn't
Right.
know that Evan Peters' character even knows how to do this.
Right.
So she just sees these things chasing her and she's like, what the hell is going on? And she just gets in the act. I like that they didn't do the thing of like she was dumb and she was just kind of like, what are you going on, guys? She just was like, nah, let me get the hell up out of here.
Yo, that pisses me off. When the aliens come down, they got swords in their hands, they got the laser cannons. Wait, what do you guys want?
What is this?
It doesn't matter what they want. You need to get the hell out of it. Like
They look weird and dangerous.
they look weird and dangerous. That's correct. But yeah, Greta Lee is her name, correct?
Yeah, the actress name is Greta Lee. Eve Kim, I think, was her character name.
Yeah, I was indifferent towards her. I don't think she did bad, but I also wasn't moved by anything that she was doing on camera. Like she was not as bland, obviously, as Jared Leto's character, but very paint by numbers protagonist. Like so we've seen a lot of movies, a lot of franchises actually that start kind of centering a new cast, and it always not always, but a lot of times it turns out that the new protagonist is just kind of this helpless person who needs the assistance of everybody else who is already kind of like in the know and the thing,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
she kind of felt like that to me, like she was just kind of
Yeah, they purposely do that to get the newer fans in. So
yeah.
they're supposed to be basically their avatar. They
Mhm.
not not Avatar Last Airbender. I
Yeah.
mean like the avatar for the new audience
Yeah.
because they want new people to get into Tron. And we'll talk about it when we get to the box office of everything.
Mhm.
That
But
just
what you
didn't happen.
mentioned earlier about her character and about the way the story is told, if Eve Kim knows that Evan Peters' character is trying to kill her, knows that the people from the digital world are after her to get the permanence,
Permanence.
to get the permanence, then the movie becomes more interesting because she's looking over her shoulder, she's watching out, she's like the fact that she is so oblivious to the movie that she's in
I've
is
seen that work in movies before. I don't necessarily think that's a negative thing, but it would have been cool if she heard on the plane that he has these robot things from the grid
mhm,
and they're coming for you, so you need to
yeah.
Scott Gilly do it. Like that could add some urgency to it.
Right, but what I'm pointing out though, what I'm talking about, which I'm not refuting what you're saying. What I'm talking about is like, let's take Terminator 2, right?
Mm,
The boy don't know the Terminators are after him. He probably only knows because his mom told him about such a thing. And she only knows about the Tron universe because she owns a company and it's a worldwide thing and blah blah blah, right? But pardon me, when the Terminator comes on the scene and changes his life, that is very early in the movie, and we get to
mm,
spend the rest of the movie with him dealing with the reality that his reality has just changed.
yeah,
The first Transformers movie, Sam Witwicky is introduced to Bumblebee very early on in
early.
the movie because we need him to react and scream at the top of his lungs to everything that's happening with the Decepticons and the people who are trying to kill him. Now the movie's interesting. If Sam Witwicky spent that entire movie not knowing the Transformers were there, it's not interesting. You need
Yeah,
your main protagonist to actually know what's happening, to interact with the world that with the story. You know what I
yeah,
mean? So it was almost like she was in the story, but not
yeah.
of the story. No, I don't know. I don't even know if that makes sense. But yeah.
Such a anything.
Mhm.
Yeah, I do think that could have helped in terms of what they were trying to achieve with her.
Right.
Because Greta Lee is kind of a Gen Z actress, right? She's not of age, but like Gen Z loves her
Mhm.
because of past lives. Because she was in Poker Face, because she's been in other shows that they enjoy. So they're probably and also Evan Peters also someone that Gen Z likes. So
Yeah.
I feel like they were trying to get them in the film in there, but I don't think they're movie stars, right? Like Past Lives didn't make a whole bunch of money.
Mhm.
So like I do think I like her. I don't want her to get the opportunities. I just don't think this was the one. She needed to be surrounded by veteran. When you have someone that's not a movie star and you're trying to get them in a position, you have to surround them by veteran people, like a lot of veteran people.
Yeah, but here's what I'm saying. But this is kind of my point.
Yeah,
Like you have Jared Leto, he's a veteran actor, whether we hate him or not.
that's
You have
a
Jodie
great
Turner
choice.
Smith.
She's not a. I don't think Jodie Turner is a veteran in terms of like.
She's been in a lot of movies.
Yeah, but Greta
A
Lee has been
lot
in a
of
lot of stuff too. I mean, like when I say veterans, I mean people who people know and trust. People don't trust Jodie Turner-Smith.
The directors, the cast trust Jodie Turner-Smith.
Well, we're talking about the viewers. I'm talking about people who are watching the movie. When I
Oh,
go see,
that's what you're talking about. You're coming from
Black
that
Panther,
angle.
yeah, like when I saw Black
Who we
Panther, right?
recognize on screen.
Chadwick
Okay.
Boseman is not in a lot of big movies before Black Panther, but they put Angela Bassett. They put I mean, like box office wise. I'm not saying he didn't do it. He did important movies.
Get on up now.
42.
42 now.
Yeah. He
now.
Thurgood Marshall. You know what I mean? But
now
Black Panther was like the first big movie he had that cost like over $100 million. They didn't just throw him out there. They gave him actors that have been around.
Yeah, they definitely like flooded the block with the vets.
Exactly.
So I get what you mean when you say that now. But I do think that I agree with that. I do think that is solved by her interacting with those other characters more.
And
being involved in the story. Yeah, I mean, it's just the fact that she was literally in her own world, but still a fish out of water to the entire situation. And at no point did she touch water into the very end of the movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So she wasn't sure until I think Jared Leto's character went into the grid.
Right. And that's like I just want to point something out. These analogies I've been using tonight, I've been on fire. You know what I'm saying? I've been killing.
Be out here patting yourself on the back.
Now you talk to me before the stream, depression. You talk to me on camera, nigga, I'm that nigga. Anyway, let's move
on. And then the pairing of like Evan Peters and Gillian Anderson. I feel like Gillian Anderson, who plays mom, was not utilized properly in this film. She's great.
Stop. No, don't do it.
Yeah, that was basically what she was there to be the annoying mom.
I'm gonna cut you off. You're never gonna see another dollar of this company. Like
you know what I mean? And like she what's it called? We've seen this role before. We've seen it done better. She's a good actress, but they just really didn't give her nothing to do, really, other than that.
They tried to tell me that they gave Emily Blunt nothing to do.
In what?
Man, in the Smash Machine.
What? Who told you that?
They said her character was one note.
Okay.
I don't agree with that. But it was like, she's just one note. She's just doing one thing. Watch Tron Ares. Everybody's just doing one thing. Okay? Except for Jodie Turner-Smith. All right. Anyway,
one thing.
Let me tell you something. She grew it.
You and your black tax.
Black tax?
You got black tax.
What? Wait, first of all, what is the black tax?
The black tax is when you watch a movie and whoever's black, you add a little extra points to it because they black.
Oh, no, you didn't. Oh, no, you didn't.
If you keep talking about Jodie Turner-Smith, I was like, she's good, but damn, black tax.
First of all, you want to talk about black tax? Let's talk about David Johnson in The Long Walk, okay? All right. That accent, not good. I don't know what y'all was talking about.
The only person I've ever heard talk about these people accents. Only one.
Because they were bad.
No, because if they were really that bad,
like Channing Tatum trying to be Gambit. What?
If it was really that bad, every guys in the chat that's still watching, if you saw The Long Walk, were the accents distracting and bad? Because for me, I didn't think they were bad. I didn't know what accents they were supposed to be because I don't really know a lot of accents from places. But I didn't think
they sounded like they were studying from the Channing Tatum school.
Okay. You just took it too far. I had a whole section here on plot, but I don't want to talk about the plot.
What plot? I mean, there's a plot. I want to be respectful. There's obviously a plot, but it ain't exactly. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's mostly style. It ain't much substance to the plot. It's about an altruistic tech person trying to save the world, which is non-existent in real world. And I
was going to ask you about that.
Yeah.
How do you feel about it being good billionaire versus bad billionaire?
We've seen that before. It's an old school trope that they haven't really done anymore because they didn't really know good billionaires. I was fine with it. It was refreshing. because
Yeah,
they haven't done it in a long time.
yeah.
So I thought that was cool. Was she a billionaire? Did she work for the
I mean,
company or?
she owned that company, and I'm assuming that Incom is worth billions of dollars.
Yeah, that's true. So yeah, I thought it was cool. It's like hopefully that happens in real life. Eventually, it's never gonna happen in real life.
Mhm.
But I was like, that's the most unrealistic part of this movie. A good
Yeah,
billionaire that was just trying to save the world and not make a lot of money.
yep.
But like visually, let's talk about the best scenes now. We trashed on the
Right.
movie. We gave some
Yeah.
positives too.
Yeah, for sure.
But I thought the tree sequence was really cool. It was a small moment, but them making the tree and in
Oh
lasting
yeah.
past, I thought that was cool
Mhm.
because we just saw Jared Leto disappear. Like, okay, it progressed the story. I thought that was pretty cool. But the chase sequence in the street where she's getting chased by Jared Leto and Jodie Turner
Fire,
Smith,
fire,
holy
fire.
fire!
It like it's exactly what you wanted from Tron coming to Earth. In that the digital world coming to
Yeah,
Earth. You know, you wanted to see the cycles go throughout the streets, drive throughout the streets. You wanted to see like the big like square things that I keep forgetting. I think they're called I forget what they're called. But like reanimators, I don't know what they're called. But
yeah,
you wanted to see those things. And also I thought what was really cool, which they did do this in the second one, but the transforming into like the flying mechanism, that
yeah.
was cool as hell. I really like that.
I think it might have looked even better in this one.
Oh, by absolutely. Everything looked better in this one, including deep fakes. Because we don't need to talk about
Oh.
that Tron Legacy deep fake.
Woo!
Woo! Pop the Molly, I'm sweating. Like that John was
Terrible.
bad. And if you guys don't know what deep fake we're talking, you know what? I'm gonna do this aside and pull up a picture.
Oh my god. Let
It's
me while
of
you do that, let me
what is that
look at
gentleman's name? Why am I
Jeff
forgetting his
Bridges.
name? Jeff Bridges, yeah. Yeah, Jeff
Oh,
Bridges deepfake in the second one was
oof.
something else.
Let me see what people are saying. Not a lot of black movies. Eddie Murphy. Overall, I did love the film. I also see how general audiences might find this one entertaining because more entertaining because it's much faster paced story than Legacy, which is true. It is faster paced. It's a long shot, but I hope we get a fourth film. Oh yeah, I read that one. Um, she has a movie coming out next year. Oh yeah, I talked about that too. You guys look sound and crisp. Oh,
Yeah.
almost seen 200 new movies this year. Holy
Oh,
shit!
nice.
Good stuff, collector.
Very
Dang it,
nice.
Kenny. Now I'm having a laptop. A laptop?
I think you were saying a laptop issue.
Oh. Oh, okay. Issues. Not sure why. It's only like when this account, not my main one. Oh, okay. Trying was fire. I was locked in. Jared Leto's trash. I had no issues with his performance. Lord Jesus,
Yeah, boy.
so bad.
That's your boy. That's Jeff Bridges, y'all. That's the Jeff Bridges.
Oh no.
Nigga, did you know that I can see you?
Oh my god.
Because what is that? Oh no, that's
Tekken
so bad.
6. Yeah. This is Tekken 6 graphics, which in the context of PlayStation is great, but not in the context of this movie. And the funny thing is, we talked about this too. We were saying, well, maybe it's not that bad because they are in the digital world and blah blah blah. But everybody else looks like a human being except for Clue.
That's what
Clue,
really made it because they had a lot of scenes where he's talking to regular people. I'm like, why are y'all doing this?
yeah,
Like up close,
y'all are
keep them
setting
far
yourselves up
away.
for failure. Yeah, so the this deep fake is the biggest villain of this franchise for sure.
The Deepfake is the biggest villain of the franchise. But yeah, visually this movie looked great. I love the action in that chase scene. I love the storytelling too, because
Mhm.
Jodie Turner Smith's character was really aggressive, but Jared Leto's character wasn't because he already had like that emotional attachment with Greta Lee's character by watching her and kind of learning everything about her. And even like his appreciation for life, because he stopped when the baby was in the car, right? Like he didn't like go. I feel like Jodie Turner-Smith would have went straight through that car.
Oh, she didn't give a damn about that baby. That baby, F that baby. That baby was going. That baby was out of here.
Out of here. Jared
He
was
had
like,
a good
"Oh,
6
hold
months on
up."
the planet.
Yeah, so that whole sequence was great, and then the end of the sequence was great too. Seeing everything fly around the city, that big one being in the real
Great.
world, because it always looked cool throughout the franchise. When we saw it in the first movie,
Absolutely.
then saw it in Legacy, and then now in this, but seeing it like and that big ass thing coming, these little ass planes are trying to shoot it, and I was like, bro, just
let it go. Yeah.
Why we do this?
Right.
Let it go on by. You know, it don't even
but
want
those parts of the movie were the best part of the movie, and unfortunately they're few and far between. Something I said in my review that I have not put out yet or edited is when I mentioned the analogy of the third movie being bad, I didn't just say it was bad. I also said that when Magneto lifts the bridge in X3 and drops it on Alcatraz, is one of the coolest things I've ever seen him do on film. When Spider-Man is in the black suit and fighting versus the Sandman in the subway fight where he pushes Sandman's face into the train as it's going by, that's one of the coolest things I've ever seen in the superhero film, especially like a 1v1 fight, because we don't get a lot of those, unfortunately.
Yeah, so that's so true. That's weird.
Yeah.
Why?
This is why
a lot of 1v1 fights.
Exactly, and this is why I stand by the claim that the train fight between Spider-Man's always on the train. The train fight between Spider-Man and Doc Ock in Spider-Man 2 is the best 1v1 fight in all of superhero media. Not superhero media, superhero movies, because media covers everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I challenge someone to tell me a better fight than that train sequence with Doc Ock and Spider-Man. It is everything that Spider-Man is, and it's everything that Doc Ock is, and it's on a moving train. It's amazing, and there's nothing else that compares to it. I'm talking about 1v1 fights.
Yeah.
If the girlfriend comes in later and presses the button, it don't count.
Yeah, because I was thinking about Winter Soldier, but it's not 1v1. Yes, he has other people there.
Yeah. But yeah, so I forget what I was saying.
Let's talk about the experience in the theater watching, because that's what I say. If you're gonna watch this movie, that's what I recommend it for. The experience watching, the visuals, the sound. My chair was rumbling because of the 9 Inch Nails soundtrack. That shit was popping. How was you in IMAX 3D? Because I saw an RPX, which is a solid screen, good sound. But you saw it in IMAX 3D. How was it there?
Let me tell you something right now. I want to do harm sometimes to people who are in the theater with me.
Oh yeah,
who are of younger ages.
Yeah.
Okay. If it wasn't for my conscience,
Whoa!
like there's like a band of 4 to 5, 9 to 12-year-olds in my theater, sitting in my row, a few seats down from me, talking as loud as they possibly could. They were in their living room, and it looked like they were playing games on their phone. I realized how old I was when I was about to tell y'all, look, it looked like they playing on a Game Boy. Them kids ain't got no damn Game Boy, okay?
Aging yourself.
Yeah, I aged myself. You know what I mean? Nintendo DS. It looked like they was playing Nintendo DS, but yeah, like they were on their phones, they were laughing and chuckling and guckling. I don't know what guckling is, but they were doing all the things. And then when the movie was over, they were like, "Yay, y'all movie's over."
Y'all movies. Oh, okay, we got to fight. Y'all came here to troll.
Yeah. So they was just, I don't even know how they got in there. You know what I mean? Well, I mean, it's not like a movie. Yeah. So, but also somebody had to pay for them to get in there.
Yeah.
So they
or it could have been situated they saw something else and sneaked in, and then it was.
Yeah, that's true. But that's the thing that's difficult about dealing with other people's kids these days
Yeah.
is because you can be 100% right and 100% wrong at the same time, right?
Yeah.
You don't like you can confront somebody's kids, be like, "Yo, can y'all be quiet?" And then next thing you know, the parents like, "Did you tell my son to be quiet in the theater?" It's like your son is a brat. Bradley and Brixton,
Bradley.
yeah, Bradley Brixton. Let me just say this: there were no Jose's, there were no Devontaes.
Gotcha.
It was all
Bradley's.
Bradleys.
Now I
And
understand.
to be specific, just for y'all little, oh, but there's a black Bradley, Coopers.
Coopers.
Okay, so yeah,
That is hilarious. But besides the trash ass kids in your showing, how was it like visually, sound wise, all that stuff in
oh,
IMAX 3D?
it looked and sounded amazing. That's one thing that you can never take away from this book. It looks and sounds phenomenal from start to finish. There's never a point where it's, ooh, that looks fake. Ooh, that looks bad. No, it's all looks great. They put all the money, they took the money from the script and put it into the VFX.
What
So,
was it worth it in 3D, or would you say just regular IMAX would have been suffice?
I honestly don't think you need to see it in 3D at all.
Okay.
Yeah. You could honestly watch this movie in Dolby too.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because that sound.
Yeah.
Tron Ares was okay. Music and visuals carried. I agree.
Yep.
I wonder how he's gonna do He-Man. Well, I think because he's Skeletor, there's a bigger chance that he won't tank that movie.
He's playing Skeletor.
Yeah, he's playing
That's
Skeletor.
awful casting. And that's because it's Jared Leto. Because if anybody's ever watched Skeletor, he's one of the most expressive villains that you could ever meet. He's laughing maniacally at the top of his lungs. Now, maybe they're doing a different iteration of He-Man where they're modernizing it and people talk like they do in Tenet or whatever. But it's that's a from the Skeletor that I know, that's terrible casting.
I will say I'll play the devil's advocate and say, look, I'm not saying the performance is an all-timer. I'm not saying the performance is even great, but he was very expressive as the Joker. So he's not always.
That's true. That's true.
And I think he needs to be under makeup. I think he needs to be a character to make it. I think when his face is exposed, I think he's more stoic. I think he needs to be a character. And I think he's going to be one. I think he's going to have the skull over his face as Skeletor.
Yeah, because you didn't see Morbius, but his performance in that is dead as a doornail. And I think that that's the choice that he made and probably the directors made. And it was a bad choice.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I forgot to share it in the chat. Whole family knows about it. Is Kenny okay? He turned ready? Is he turning heel? Jodie Turner was not messing around, doing her thing like she was playing the James Bond movie No Time to Die. Fact, she was
great in that movie.
She would be a great Bond girl.
Oh no.
You don't think so?
When you say Bond girl, I think of object of desire more so than fully realized character.
No.
No Time to Die, she was a great fully realized character.
Wait, she was in No Time to Die?
Yeah. See, this is why I was saying, like, she's a veteran actor. She's been around.
Oh, she plays the one that's trying to be that becomes new 007.
Yeah.
I forgot that was her.
See, look at you. You talk about you doing the black tax. You don't even know what movies they in.
After you said it, I remembered. I haven't seen No Time to Die in that long.
Yeah. Remember black women. How about that?
Wow.
Stop forgetting black women.
I'm gonna get you back for that. She's great. Evan Peters was good too as an overtop villain. He was solid.
Yeah.
Kal-El Daly. Holy crap. He's alive.
Kal-El.
What's up, man?
What up?
Why does Disney keep making Tron movies if they always flop? They have good soundtracks and looks, but not a lot of interest. Well, because they have a ride at Disneyland that does really, really well, and people ride it all the time and gets high reviews. So they probably thought, okay, let's make a movie because we have the ride. There's interest, and that's probably why they did it.
Yeah.
That's why it's such a big gap between Legacy and this, because they probably were like, well, the Tron ride did well. People probably going to want to watch the movie. Let's make it like a ride. Whatever. Black Tax. Why was it Jeff Bridges? It should have been Eve's sister. That would make so much more sense and call back to the start of the movie.
I don't disagree. Because Sam Flynn, the son, also just he disappeared. He's gone.
Yeah.
He was like,
I'm taking Olivia Wilde and I'm gonna have fun. That's what he said.
I'm giving them a little bit of grace on that because he might come back in the fourth one, and that might be a plot point. That's the only thing I could really think of. But
that's what it seems like they're pushing towards.
Yeah,
he meets them, and then something happens. The accents were fine in the Long Walk. I should have seen this movie in D-Box format. They just cost so much for a ticket. Yeah, I heard.
What's a D-Box?
It's like a different kind of premium experience. I've heard of it before, but I've never been in one. And CC was talking about the kids. That was a whole fight.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
She said, I'm a whole snitch at the movies. I'm telling on everyone.
That's the thing about being a snitch at the movies, though. It's like, but you're not about to make me miss the movie because of you. Also, in my particular theater, where the IMAX auditorium is, to the front desk is like it's a walk. So gotcha. I wasn't leaving.
So transitioning, let's talk about the box office for Tron Ares real quick.
Fancy.
You know, I'm gonna be fancy and stuff. I gotta do something.
Fancy, got some graphics.
So Tron Ares was made for approximately, might have been more, might have been less, $180 million. It's a lot of money.
Nigga, what?
It looks great. VFX costs a lot of money.
It looks great. It looks great.
It looks great. So I see it. But that's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
And it was predicted to make $100 million over the weekend. That's how much people thought it was going to make. That was a low end.
Right.
And it was a higher end at like 120, 130. Kenny, what do you think Ares ended up making?
I'm going to say 60.
Wow, really good. $60.5 million worldwide. Not just domestic, worldwide.
You mean across the planet?
Yeah, across the whole world. I don't know if it opened up everywhere. I'm pretty sure it did because it's Disney and they get all of the planet. But yeah, across the whole planet, $60 million. That's not good.
That's wild.
That's what they thought it was going to make here.
That's crazy.
It's crazy. And I've been watching the box office breakdowns, and like I said, I think they brought Evan Peters, not Jared Leto, Evan Peters and Greta Lee to bring in a younger audience because the younger audience likes them. They seem to like them in smaller projects, but only 25% of the audience that saw it, of the people that saw it, were under 35. So they didn't do a great job of bringing 18, 19, 20, 25-year-olds into the movie. And I do think the people that can do that are like Zendaya, Timothée Chalamet, and Butler.
You know, I wouldn't put it past it that they actually approached those people and that those people said no.
You remember how they say Leo always gets the first choice? I think Timothée Chalamet is starting to get there. If Marty Supreme, his movie that's coming out next month, does well, he is about to get to that level where like we got to get him on. He's the first option because Dune Part 2 did well, Wonka did well. He's starting to get into that. Complete Unknown did well. He's starting to get into that space where he might end up being the new young Leo guy that are like, okay, we got to get him. And they always want Zendaya, but she be turning shit down because she want to spend time with her family.
You say it like it was a bad thing.
No, it's not. I didn't mean
She
to.
want to spend time with her little family.
And then also, I think they casted Greta Lee, they casted Jodie Turner-Smith. People are non-white, but 69% of the people who watch this movie are white, and of that 69%, like 90% were men. So it's people who are 35 plus white men who went to go see this movie, and the people who, for the most part, the people who did see the movie rated it highly.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? What were the barriers you think this movie had, just from that quality standpoint when you're watching the movie, versus just from how it looks? Why people just didn't go to see it? Because it could have been a thing where it made 100 million, it made 200 million, and everybody started shitting on it. Because we've seen that happen, right? The movie makes a lot of money, and then people shit on it, and then it does bad the second weekend. But this movie just did not have people come to see it at all. Right. So what do you think happened?
Tron ain't big in the hood.
That's the perfect. It's not. It's really not. And we were about to talk about legacy and impact and stuff like that. It's not.
Like, what is the cultural impact of Tron? Now, I'm not saying that there's none, but if there is some, which I'm sure there is, it's probably very understated, and people don't even know that that's where whatever it is that is came from, right? Zach, me and you are cinephiles, and we watched Tron for the first time last week. Now, that's not saying anything because there's a whole country of people who have seen Tron, right?
Yeah.
But we are of the age range, of that 35 age range, of people who just have not seen this movie or have not seen this franchise. And the franchise is few and far between, right? So you have Tron, which was cool. You have Tron Legacy, which I believe was well received. And then you have Tron Ares, 15 years later or something like that? And
there's big gaps in all of them.
Right. And between that time, besides the TV show, which I have not watched, but Zach, you tell me that people really like the show.
Tron Legacy was not well received.
Okay. Oh no.
It's Rotten Tomatoes.
Got you. It might have been that Deepfake.
And a lot of people complain about Olivia Wilde, which when I watched the movie, I was like, she did a good job.
Yeah, I don't understand what the problem with her was. But yeah, so I just don't think Tron is a franchise that people are clamoring for.
Yeah.
I think that is literally it. Now, let's ask this question in a reverse fashion, right?
Yeah.
Can you think of a older franchise that didn't have a lot of fanfare that came back and did have a lot of fanfare? Like, people were like, "Oh yeah, I remember that thing from back in the 80s and in the 70s or whatever." Like, I've heard of this thing, I've never seen it. Oh, they doing a new one? Okay. Yeah, everybody wants to go see this now. Like, I'm not saying that there's none. I'm saying I'm trying to think of when that has taken place.
The thing that comes to mind right off the bat is something that people are gonna like, what? I feel like Top Gun was popular a little bit, but I feel like there's a lot of people that don't be like, when they talk about the best movies ever, or even like the best action movies, or even the best Tom Cruise movies, Top Gun's not the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, fifth. You know what I mean? It's popular. It's known. Like, I've known of Tron my whole life, just never watched it. I've known of the first Top Gun my whole life, and I never watched it. I still haven't watched it. I watched Top Gun Maverick without watching the first Top Gun. I do think maybe a little bit. I don't think people expected Maverick to make $1 billion.
I am going to disagree with you on this point. And it's not like, because I rewatched Top Gun right before going to see Top Gun Maverick. Top Gun is not good, but that's a story for another day. Top Gun Maverick, though, is great, which is weird. But it's the only reason I'm saying it's weird, because usually when you have a movie and then you have a movie that's so far, the sequel so far away from the original, it's usually a step below. But this was way better than Top Gun. But yeah, so Yeah, I'm going to disagree with you. Top Gun has a lot of fanfare, interest. Like, I'm not saying people are going on rides or anything like that, but I feel like it's the same thing when you bring up like I don't know, like Face Off or Speed or like it's in that ilk of like we know this movie, we've seen it. Like The Rock or not The Rock, the wrestler, but The Rock starring Nicolas Cage, with Sean Connery as well. I think that those movies, while there's not like rides or video games made after them, I believe there was a Sega Genesis Speed game. I think so. I don't know. They don't have a lot of like fanfare or like people aren't going to speed parties, right? But if you said, "Hey, we're doing a speed sequel or a reboot of Speed starring Glenn Powell, and who else would be in there? Glenn
Like
Powell,
Sandra Bullock. Ayo Edebiri would be a great
yeah,
Sandra
Glenn
Bullock.
Powell, Ayo Edebiri, and I guess the bomber would be some older person who I can't
What's his
think of
name?
right.
Or maybe even you can make him young. You can make him Paul Dano, the guy who played the Riddler.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Paul Dano would be great for that role, actually. But you would have to like kind of change that character a little bit because it's a whole that character's old, and his whole issue is that they canceled his pension because of whatever. And he's like, "Oh, you cancel my pension? How I'm supposed to live? I'm blowing up buildings and buses." It's like
It could be
man,
that he's a government
calm
worker
down.
and they let him go.
Yeah,
Change
yeah,
it to that.
true that. So, I mean, you could even do like, I know Michael B. Jordan's kind of like past doing these kind of like reboot kind of things, but if you put Michael B. Jordan in Speed,
Ooh.
that's selling.
Put
But yeah,
him with like Lupita Nyong'o
oh,
or
as the passenger on the bus who takes over for the bus driver and drive it, Lupita, they selling money.
yeah,
They selling
we
tickets.
are going.
Yeah, they need us to cast these things. Because I tell you what now, we making some money with Speed. Pardon me. I apologize.
I'm trying to think who would be. So if we're going black like this, we
Right.
be really black, you know, on these live
Mhm.
streams. We going Michael B.
Yeah.
We going Lupita. Who's an
Right.
older black actor that's still alive? That could Samuel Jackson? No,
You could, but I don't. No,
no,
I'm thinking someone.
really
This
old.
sounds crazy to say. I was going to
Oh,
say I'm
God.
thinking somebody a little bit more serious because I feel like Sam would play it really high. Like he would play it like really like bombastic, and that character was not that bombastic. Not that it has to be exact same, but Sam would be like, "Man, come on." So, but I would say Forrest Whitaker is someone who I would like to see play that role of the bomber. But I'm also trying to think of like someone else who could play that role. Now, if you wanted to keep it young, I would like to see. I would like to see Aldous Hodge play a villain, you know,
Yeah.
or Yahya Abdul-Mateen II. Like I think that that's another person who could do. Actually, I think either one of those two could star in this movie, but you're not making nearly as much money as with the Michael B.
No.
You know what I mean? Oh, you know who would have been great? Jonathan Majors would have been great as the villain.
Oh my God.
He would have been amazing.
He would have been amazing. It would have been perfect.
He would have changed the movie. The movie would have been taken way more serious. Not that it wouldn't be taken serious with Michael B. Jordan, but it would be like, hey, we
level with John.
echelon.
John is next level with it when it comes to that stuff.
Yeah.
I agree.
So yeah, we just passed Black Speed. And that's what the movie's called. It's called Black Speed.
Yo, that is amazing. Black Speed. Oh my God. That is hilarious. But let's look at the comments to get into the about Tron's legacy.
Okay.
Not the movie, but its actual legacy.
It's legacy.
Okay. If any kids start singing and crying at my Wicked 2 screening, I'm gonna throw my Yeezy shoes at them. Damn.
Yo,
and they don't.
That's hilarious.
Dave said Kenny's a really cool experience Cinemark offers. Okay, so it's like Cinemark's exclusive. What's the word I'm looking for?
I'm actually looking at the website for it now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Martin Supreme doesn't come out till Christmas Day. Yo, okay, Hollywood. Let me talk to you right now. Why are these Oscar movies coming out on Christmas? I'm trying to spend time with my family. I'm not trying to watch Marty Supreme and If I Had Legs I Kick You and No Other Choice and The Testament of Ann Lee. That first of all, that's too many movies.
Yes.
And October ain't a lot going on in October and November. You could have put this shit throughout.
Right. Yeah. And like last year, Nosferatu came out on Christmas Day. It's like, what you doing?
What are you doing? What? Because there was snow in the movie?
Yeah, like what kind of decision is that?
I don't know. That was wild.
And they had plenty of space to do it in December that was not on Christmas Day. I think didn't The Brutalist come out on Christmas Day or right next to Christmas as well?
Because I ain't watching no 3.5 hour weird movie on Christmas. Hell no. The grifters hated it. I'm not even finna look at to what I don't care what grifters have to say. They can just grift off to the side. Zach, where do you find all these statistics of how many people watched the movie with races and people who watched it, different genders? Grace Randolph Beyond the Trailer. But also there are box office websites that break all this stuff down. When I used to do my old live stream, when I used to talk about box office, that's where I would take all that stuff from. So if you just Google box office statistics, you'll find a bunch of different websites that do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the original Top Gun, but I love Maverick. They made a Speed 2, but I've heard it was terrible because Keanu Reeves is not in it, and it takes place on a boat. Yeah, I heard about that.
That is correct. Speed 2 Cruise Control.
Yeah.
And the villain is Willem Dafoe.
Oh.
Yeah. It's not a good movie.
Yeah, I heard.
Yeah. He's the best part of the movie, actually.
Of course. Willem Dafoe is usually the best part of a movie. Did you guys hear that they want to reboot Friends and Jennifer Aniston and the rest of the cast came out and told one brother, hell no, show is timeless and classic? I don't think they have any say in if that gets rebooted. They don't own the show. But it's been a long time since Friends came out. I don't mind if they want to make an updated, more diverse Friends show. I don't think anything's untouchable. That's just my personal opinion. I don't know how you feel about it, Kenny. I don't know how you guys feel about it in the chat. If you feel like there's certain things that's just untouchable, I don't agree with that. But how do you feel about that?
I have to read the question. Did you guys hear that they want to reboot Friends? Jennifer Aniston and the rest of the cast came out and told Warner Brothers, hell no. The show is a timeless and classic. I mean, I agree. No show's untouchable. I just wouldn't touch that show. It just doesn't. Like, I'm not even a Friends fan, but I know what it did for the people who were fans of that series, which there were a lot of people who are fans of that series. I don't think they would want it to be touched. Like, I just don't see the positive in that, right? And a lot of times what studios miss about rebooting older shows and things like that is the time period in which these shows were released are very specific and have very specific tones, politics, or lack thereof. A lot of times they're just about having some fun and doing all this stuff. One of the things that I see in a lot of shows that we get today is that, I'm not saying this is necessarily bad, but the politics are, and when I say politics, I ain't talking about gay people. Gay people
talking about actual
exist.
Politics. Yeah.
They do. Get over it. They
LGBT plus, what was LGBTQ plus A?
Niggas be gay.
We support.
People be gay.
Yeah. They be gay, they be trans, they be bi, they be lesbians.
Yeah. They all the things. All the time. Everything, everywhere, all at once.
Hey, good
You know
reference
what I'm
because
saying?
main character was gay.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Very true. But the reason why I say that is because a lot of times when people say politics, they say, "Oh, you put a black person in there, politics. You
Yeah,
put a gay person in there, politics. You put a trans person in there, politics." It's like shut your bitch ass up, right?
yeah.
Because, but what I'm talking about is a lot of times some of the jokes are like
Mm,
cringily like
they're dated.
topical. And it's like no person actually talks like that.
Yeah. I
Like
get what
I
you're
can
saying.
agree with everything that you're saying, but you sound like the script was written to say a thing and not be a person, or the
Mhm.
character was written to be a thing and not a person,
Yeah,
right? Um. Anyway,
yeah. I
I
would
don't
say
think
the
that they should
caveat
reboot the
that
show.
I have to that is that
Mm,
I love French Prince of Bel-Air. Right, it's one of my favorite
yeah.
shows of all time.
Hmm.
Classic. I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. But Bel Air is a great show.
Bel Air is fantastic.
So I feel like as long as if they do a Friends reboot, as long as they have the because you made a good point about the writing. If they have it written where people start saying things that people don't talk like that in real life,
Right.
that will be
Right.
the issue. But if they have really good, talented comedy writers, like a Quentin
Hmm.
Brunson type that wants to come
Yeah.
in, keep the core of what the show was about, but update it to what's going on right now in terms of like, Phoebe was homeless at one point and just explore that and just keep it
Hmm.
fun and whatever and still explore the serious stuff they explore and keep the dynamics. I'm down for that. But you're
Yeah.
right. It has to be the right people, the right showrunner, the right writer to make sure if they decide to add deeper stuff. Because Friends touched on certain things. Like I'll never forget the episode about how three of the friends were saying like we're poorer than you guys, and you guys never understand that, and always want to go to expensive places, realizing we don't make as much money as you. That's like a cool conversation to even have right now because I've been through that.
Yep. Yep.
Right, where I'll go to a birthday party and I bought a sandwich that's this small and water. And then people want to buy hookah bars and towers of alcohol, and the bill comes out to $600. And they're
And
like,
they
"Oh,
want to
let's
split
split this evenly."
evenly. That's for
Evenly,
the appetizer.
I, yeah, I had appetizer and free water. I'm not splitting $600 evenly, and I
No.
didn't drink any of the alcohol or smoke any of the hookah.
Right.
So no, and I became the bad guy. So
Yeah.
yeah, that would be interesting. I think they could update that. And oh Lord Jesus Christ, what is that?
This
The
is
bad guy.
a still shot from Speed 2.
Oh yeah, that's definitely Willem Dafoe.
Yep. Whew.
Woof, indeed.
Yeah.
Hey Sully, Tron Legacy is a cool flick. I haven't seen Ares. Heard the visuals are worth the price of admission though. Hey, I would say visually, there's some cool, really cool stuff. Some of the coolest
Yep.
looking things we've seen this year,
Yep.
honestly, in there.
Agreed.
So does the Anaconda and new SpongeBob movie come out on Christmas? What are y'all doing? Why?
SpongeBob, I can see. Anaconda, what are we doing?
What are we doing?
The kids would love to go see SpongeBob on Christmas.
Yeah. Don't piss me off with Nosferatu on Christmas. Well, no, I think SpongeBob's coming out at the same time Avatar's coming out. That's not coming out on Christmas, right? I hope not. The Oscar deadline for movies to be eligible is the first week in January. It is? I thought it was
Okay.
before that.
Yeah, I thought it was December 31st at 11:59 p.m.
I think, yeah, I believe it. I think a lot of the reason why a lot of these Oscar movies come out like during Christmas because I think the deadline's like Christmas. Just joking. I didn't hate that much. Added some sauce. I love it. Could you send me the link to that website? I got you. What's your favorite sidekick? Ooh,
Good one.
I'm gonna let's add that to the end. Let's get
Yeah,
through it real quick because we still got more stuff to talk. Emma Stone new movie drops on Halloween. That's cool. That's fine. No, absolutely no.
Boria,
You said
Borgus.
Euphoria?
No, the Borgia, Boboria, or whatever.
Oh, that's out now. That's coming out this weekend. Bogogia or something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think we need 2.5 Men after watching that Charlie Sheen doc on Netflix, but he wants to do it. He felt like it wasn't ended in a way that was satisfying. So,
is he starring in it?
He wants to bring everybody back that was originally in it.
The person who played his brother hates him.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's happening.
That's gonna work. They're gonna have to throw the bag at him to do that.
The huge bag.
Yeah. There are 5 shows that I would never want to be rebooted: Friends, Breaking Bad, X-Files, Lost, Game of Thrones. Well, X-Files is getting rebooted, and I'm watching it.
Because it's Jordan Peele, right?
No, Ryan Coogler.
Oh, even better.
Yeah. It's Homegirl we like from she was in Carry On, she was in Piano Lesson, she was in The Harder They Fall. What is her name? She was in Till.
Wendell Wyler? The Wendell.
Yes, dead starts with a D. Danielle Deadweiler.
Her.
She's gonna be playing Gillian Anderson's character. What's her name? Scully?
Mulder and Scully. I think Mulder was the dude.
Yeah, she's gonna be playing Scully. So I'm excited for that. X-Files was a very important show for me, and
you know what? Danielle Deadweiler has the exact temperament for an X-Files show. Like she fits in there perfectly.
And she has a similar temperament to Gillian Anderson. Like I could see her slip it into that role.
She's only 43. Not only, but
I thought she was younger than that. Honestly,
same. But what else? So, who's playing the dude?
They haven't casted. They only casted her so far, or at least announced it.
So it'll probably be someone maybe closer to her age or temperament.
Yeah, or maybe like if they're in their 30s, you know.
So Mulder was famous for being very weird, right?
Mm.
Gotta get Lakeith.
Ooh, yeah. I need Lakeith in more stuff. It's a shame. We're gonna be talking about him soon. That he's just not in more. Like he has so much range.
Yeah.
As an actor. And before we get into this, for Oscar stuff, I do think we're gonna see Tron Ares during Oscar season.
Visual effects,
score, sound design, soundtrack.
Okay. Yeah.
No acting.
I don't know about soundtrack. You don't know
about soundtrack? People have been bumping the soundtrack ever since it was released.
Okay, I'll give them that because I'm not like the biggest Nine Inch Nails fan, so maybe I
haven't been bumping it, but people have been bumping it. Yeah. So a quick couple things. We're going to be talking about Tron's overall impact because we talked about like why people have been watching it, and I looked at it. I was like, what? Why do people love Tron? What is it about Tron that keeps coming back despite the first one not doing well at the box office, the second one doing decently but not where they thought it was going to be based on promotion and hype and all that stuff. The first Tron was the first major film to integrate computer CGI, I'm not going to say the whole word, into a film in a significant way. And it made creatives and audience go, okay, we can mix animation and real people. So
that's influential.
Super influential. And at the time, the Academy didn't consider CGI as a legal thing. They called it cheating. You cannot use CGI until Tron.
Oh boy.
So it changed how the Academy judge things because they had best visual effects, but they only counted practical effects. They didn't count CGI. So they disqualified Tron from getting nominated for best VFX, which is insane to me. But then because of Tron and the backlash from that, they were like, all right, we got to count CGI now.
Yeah.
So that's hugely influential. And then the guy who created Pixar said because of Tron, that's why he considered doing Pixar.
Oh, that's influential as well.
Which is insane. And then a lot of the technical advances that they created to make Tron is the reason why the Matrix, Avatar, and Inception was made. Because there's certain things that techniques that they did in Tron that made them go, oh, we can make these movies now. So I gotta say, like, even if the movie didn't do well, I can see why it's a beloved franchise because of how it pushed forward.
Yeah.
CGI, VFX. I think it was one of the first movies about going into internet and going into a game and the grid. And I feel like a lot of TV shows and movies use that concept after this film.
Going into the grid. Yeah.
Yeah, like I remember Reboot. I don't know if you remember that show, Reboot.
Yo, do I? Reboot was great.
This is what
Reboot was all that.
Because that was my shit.
That was my shit, man.
That was after Tron.
All them characters was black. Anyway.
I think that's why it was our shit.
Yeah. Yep.
It was coded.
Boy had dreads. Boy had digital dreads.
Yeah, digital dreads. You know what I mean? Just saying like Osmosis Jones. Black.
Yeah. I love that movie.
I love that movie. I love that show.
Yeah, the show was good too.
Yeah, I think it affected video games, especially the cycles. I'm 100% sure there's a non-Tron game that
for sure. I'm sure I've played those as those cycles in arcades. Like I know for a fact.
For a fact. So like Tron's legacy, not talking about the movie, in Hollywood is very, very important. And I think it's one of those films where like it might not be your favorite movie of all time and not might be your favorite franchise of all time, but it's one that you have to appreciate because if it didn't happen, we wouldn't have some of our favorite movies made. I've yapped enough. How do you feel about all this in terms of like why Tron keeps getting made? Do you feel like it's because of what it's done in the past?
No, because I don't think Hollywood's in the business of rewarding past deeds. I think Hollywood's only in the business of trying to make money. They made this movie because they thought that it would make money. They were wrong, but I don't think Hollywood has. I can't, saying never is a little strong, but Hollywood very rarely makes something because of just the heart. You know what I mean? You think they made Lord of the Rings because they like fantasy? No, they made Lord of the Rings because they like money, nigga. Like what are you talking about? You know what I mean? Like so that's why all these things get made, and there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? But it just is what it is. Yeah.
And I think there's exceptions. I think they made one battle after another, knowing that movie was not going to make its money back. I'm not gonna lie, there was no way it was going to make $350 million.
I don't know. I kind of feel like they probably still feel like Leo is a box office draw, which I don't know why they think that, but like, and there's a difference between being a great actor and being a box office draw. Now, was Leo a box office draw at one point? I think so.
Certainly.
For sure. But that's not how people think of Leo now. We just think of him as, oh, Leo's back. Leonardo DiCaprio is the Roman Reigns of Hollywood.
Yeah, he disappears, pops back up, start talking about saving the planet, and then does a movie and leaves.
Yep. Exactly.
How do you feel about, after watching all three of these films, outside of the technological advances and everything we talked about, how do you feel about the legacy, the impact of, how do you feel about Tron overall?
I think it's a solid series. I don't think that if I never saw it, that I would be missing a lot, you know. But you know, you can say that about a lot of movies. But I did have a good time with it. I had a good time with the first two movies. I didn't have as good of a time with the third movie. But the fact that I watched two movies that I've never seen before and they got me excited for the third says a lot, you know?
Yeah.
So I gotta thank Tron for one thing. It's giving me an entertaining week this past week. Like I was super entertained by Tron, you know, even like the stuff, even with like Tron Ares and all this stuff that I don't like about it, the chasing was cool. Like so it's got that kind of thing, if Tron never came up again, I would not care. But that doesn't mean it was all bad. The first two movies were good.
I see that. I think I'm interested to see where a fourth movie would go. I just think that they need to find someone that cares about this franchise, right? They need to find writing wise. I think whoever directed it did a fine job. I don't think the directing was bad, but I think writing wise, they need to find someone that cares about it and can add some oomph to it. So that we can get people their butts in seats to see the visual spectacle, and cast actors that make sense with the budget.
Yep,
because Jared Leto, I know technically the movie was made because of him, but they got to get other people around him.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was a fun conversation about Tron. A lot to talk about, a lot of opinions in the chat. Appreciate all you guys. Now we're gonna move on to a movie.
Love opinions.
Love it. That we didn't even think we were going to talk about, but we ended up loving. And that is Roofman.
Roofman. The man's on the roof. He looks like a tooth. I don't know where that came from.
New film starring Channing Tatum, Kirsten Dunst, and Peter Dinklage. Dinklage?
Yeah, Peter Dinklage was awesome in this movie.
He was awesome. If you guys didn't know, Roofman is based on a true story about a man that committed a crime, escaped jail, and then hid in a Toys R Us. That's the basic premise of the film, which already sounds crazy. And you know what I thought was interesting about the beginning of this movie, Kenny?
What's
a
that?
lot of movies based on true stories, they always say based on true events, based on true stories. So it always makes it like, yeah, this happened, but we're kind of dramatizing it. This movie said, this is a true story.
Yeah.
It said it in a way like everything that happened in this movie actually happened. And I've seen a lot of people say when they looked up what happened in real life, that the movie plays it really close, like beat for beat for what he actually did in real life, which makes this movie insane.
Yeah, that like the entire story is insane. And I think the funny thing is when you think about everything that Jeff did in this movie, the hiding out in the Toys R Us, the basically creating his own like little mini apartment in the Toys R Us.
Yeah.
The fact that people didn't notice it, I'm not surprised.
No.
Who's looking for a man hiding in the Toys R Us? So he had the perfect
where he was hiding.
Exactly.
I mean? Something that doesn't get changed. Yeah. Something that doesn't get looked at. They don't put anything over there.
Right. So yeah, but the fact that it did happen was it's crazy. Because he was in there for months. Like he was living out of that Toys R Us for months.
He had calendars marking off days.
That's crazy.
He made it to different holidays.
Yeah, which leads to kind of my frustration with the character himself. But here's what I'll say. When I walked out of this movie, I absolutely loved it. And one of the things I said while walking out of this movie, I actually said it to our Discord, was I have never loved the movie this much when I absolutely was annoyed as hell by the main character.
Yeah.
Like he annoyed me to no end. And it's not because he was a bad guy. Well,
it's debatable.
Debatable, he kind of was. But mostly because he had every opportunity to leave, to escape, to get out, to do the right thing. And he consistently did the wrong thing. And it was just kind of like, I forget what movie I watched. It was Friendship. From earlier this year, I said about that main character, I have never seen someone consistently make the wrong decision as much as he did. And in this movie,
might be worse.
Yeah, and in this movie, it's the same thing. I've never seen someone consistently make the wrong decision throughout an entire film. Like it's crazy. It's just bad decision after bad decision. But the interesting thing what separates it from friendship, not that that was ever to be compared in the first place,
Yeah.
is the fact that he was a super intelligent person and was able to use his intelligence to make the dumbest decisions that he could.
Yeah.
Which is exactly what Lakeith Stanfield's character says. Like, yo, listen, you're smart, you're observant, you can do a lot of things, but you consistently do the dumbest thing you can find.
Yeah. He said, "You're the smartest dumb nigga I know." He literally said
Yeah,
that word for word.
yeah,
And he needed that kind of friend. Well, I don't know. I was gonna say at first it felt like he needed that kind of friend, but also Lakeith kind of like enabled his behavior a little bit.
mm,
Going into this movie, I was hyped for it because of the trailer and it's Channing Tatum, and I was like, "Oh, it's a
yeah,
comedy, and it sounds like a crazy concept, and it's based off a true
mhm,
story." Kirsten Dunst is in it. I trust these actors.
yep,
Coming out of the movie, I was like, "Holy shit!" I did not expect this movie to have so much heart. I didn't
yep,
expect to get emotionally invested in it. I didn't expect that it was still going to be funny with all that happening, and then I'm
yeah,
loving this film because me and Kenny talk about it all the time. Our favorite films are films that
no,
transport you into people's shoes and show you the
mhm,
human condition, and it really showed why certain people go to the lengths that they go to, even if from the outside looking in, it's like, why are you doing this, right? Came from the army, no services rendered, not a lot of job opportunities for him after leaving the army. His skills of observation are not really super useful in most good jobs for where he needs to be. You have to go back to school, but to go back to school, you need money. You know what I mean? So
yep,
I can kind of see the bottleneck that he was in, even though like he still made the wrong decisions for positive reasons. That's the difference between him and the guy in friendship. The guy was just making very selfish decisions in friendship that negatively impacted everybody around him. He
right,
was making bad decisions for positive reasons that affected everybody around
yeah.
him. Roofman and Channing Tatum was fantastic. One of my
This might be his best performance.
It might be his best performance. He from line delivery, from comedy. He's a good at comedy. He's been good
Yeah,
at comedy for years. His comedy was great, but his serious acting. I think that scene when he was in the church crying because he knew what he was about to do. Uh, what was amazing about this character? Because I think I don't really like narration in movies a lot. I feel like when they do
yeah,
it a lot, it's annoying. But what works the narration here? It added a lot to the character. I
agreed.
think it made it go like, I know what I'm doing is a bad idea and where it's going to go, but also I'm still going to do it because I don't know any other way to get what I want.
Right.
And he was sitting there crying in the church, looking at Kirsten Dunst, looking at what he was about to ruin because he was like, I'm going to ruin this good thing, but also I don't know any other way to get out of the situation. So I'm going to do it. And he kept a cool head with a lot of things, but just when it came to women and children and like just familiar things, he just did not know how
Yeah.
to do.
Yeah, he was terrible at managing his own emotions. He
Yeah,
he had no emotional intelligence whatsoever
no,
throughout this entire film, and it continued to drive him to do because if you remember, which I know you do, if you recall, the only reason why he was hiding out at the Toys R Us was obviously because he was running from the cops, but also because he wanted to stay close to his daughter, but ended up forming kind of another family,
yeah, yeah. He's
which is
and it was
insane.
because he robbed places,
Right.
45 houses to be exact,
45 houses is crazy.
and thought no one was gonna suspect
Yeah, it
him.
wasn't
Like,
45
dude,
houses, it's 45 McDonald's.
45 McDonald's. Yeah, sorry. And then
Yeah,
you thought, like, hey, there's cameras everywhere. They're gonna see your eyes. They're gonna see your build. They're gonna see that all of a sudden you have a nice house and you're buying all these things and you don't have the
right.
job to match it. Of
Yeah.
course, they're gonna eventually figure it out as you.
Bro, that scene where like his daughter goes out to the garage to see the bike and the cops pull up immediately, that
Heartbreaking.
was heartbreaking, but also him running was hilarious. They
Oh
did a
my
really good
god.
job with balancing the drama and the comedy in this movie
Yeah.
because they kept off the comedy with something that actually matters. So when he's falling down the hill with the cops, his daughter walks up and you're like, oh,
Yeah. I
you know
was
what I
like,
mean?
you could tell she loved him so much.
Yeah.
because when they hit that jail call, which was very heartbreaking, you could tell she didn't want to be like, I can't talk to you no more, but this is what I'm being told by my parents. And I know you did a bad thing, so I'm going to listen.
Yeah.
And I felt so bad for him because it's like, I know he did a bad thing, but he wasn't like a bad person. Like, he wasn't abusive to his baby mother. He wasn't abusive to his child. He was doing bad things trying to provide, which he has to pay for, but just to completely cut him off in a way like he was a all around terrible person, it felt weird for me. Like, she was like, he does not exist anymore.
I don't know if I agree, and I'm gonna take up for the his former spouse, and the reason why is because from the perspective that we have a child together, and not only is your foolishness putting yourself in danger, your foolishness is putting her in danger and giving her traumatic experiences that she does not deserve to have. She doesn't deserve to have the experience of my daddy finally got me the bike I wanted, and then the cop showed up and arrested him because he stole in order to get it. And now you have a tainted bike. Like, the bike's not a pure bike out of my dad's love. The bike is this bike it's the bike that sent my dad to jail. You know what I mean? Like, now I have the bike that sent my dad to jail. What if she didn't say this in the movie, but I know how kids think. I'm not saying that she did exactly, but I can imagine a kid saying, my daddy wouldn't be in jail if I didn't ask for this bike. She don't deserve that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the same thing with the other family as well. It's kind of like,
the car.
She heard Kirsten Dunst. Kirsten Dunst or Kirsten Dunst? He heard Kirsten Dunst was in a relationship with a terrible person named Jeff. He continues to pursue her. Not saying that if you have the same name you shouldn't do it, but at the same time, that's kind of like hey, she was just in a bad relationship. You literally have nothing to offer this person. You don't have a place to live. You're lying to people, telling them that you're in the FBI. You're telling all these people all these lies. And at what point did you think you were going to get away with all this? Eventually, in your adult life, you have to move out of Toys R Us.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Metaphor. Okay,
you gotta move out of Toys R Us, bro.
Yeah. That goes back to his emotional intelligence that you're talking about. His emotional intelligence was not where his brain was. Because he is a very smart guy. He did a lot of clever things throughout this film, but he just didn't do the clever adult thing in the movie and figuring out how to. Because his Lakeith Stanfield was also smart, and he figured out how to do something clever with the tools that he had and make money. You know, he even said it. He's like, I can't bring you in on this because you don't know how to do things the right way. You know, you're gonna mess this up somehow because he's just not emotionally there. So you make a really good point. It being a Toys R Us, and I'm looking in the chat, and apparently in real life it wasn't a Toys R Us that he hid in. But using a Toys R Us and that metaphor you just made makes perfect sense for what he was doing. He was still stuck mentally as a child. So I agree with that. I don't know why I have a lot of empathy for the character despite him doing bad things. I felt like I still didn't want him to lose that connection with his daughter that badly. I knew he wasn't going to be able to see her a lot, but he came and read his letters. Like, I thought that was weird. You already got the new man in the life, and it was a lot.
We could talk about this one aspect of the movie that I was kind of very turned off by, not by the movie, but by the circumstance.
Yeah.
The judge said, you're only on trial for this one McDonald's. But we know that you've done other things. So we're going to throw the book at you and give you felony kidnapping charges and put you in prison for the rest of your life. What the fuck is that?
That was insane to me. And you can see Chad Tatum, great acting again, because his face was like, huh?
Yeah.
I was like, when I heard that, I was like, yeah, what?
That is crazy.
Add on time for one crime because you said I did other stuff and you can't prove it. That's not
right. That's the whole thing. Like, you have to prove it. Like, what? That's crazy.
That's insane. And he didn't shoot anybody. He
No.
technically didn't hurt anybody.
I will say this. Like, well, and I agree with that. I agree exactly what you're saying. Armed robbery is a higher charge. You know what I mean? Like, that can land you in jail
for that one crime.
Right, but yeah, it was for that one crime at a McDonald's where he gave people coats to put them in the freezer. That whole banter about the dude not bringing a coat to work was hilarious.
Yeah,
and
that's Flash from Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, he looks older. Well, of course he's older. But he looks
older now. But he looks like a lot older.
But yeah, like so, if there's any reason for me to feel empathy, is because I don't believe he should have been in that situation in the first place. Yeah. There's no real reason because he's not doing this. I don't know this because his emotional intelligence was on 0, but he's not doing this with a 2-3 year sentence. He's serving that time and he's going on his merry way.
Oh but yeah, even if they charged him for one thing, he was still gonna be a lot older by the time he got out.
No, but what I'm saying is he's not doing all this if it's just a 2 or 3 year sentence. Like he's not, right? Okay. He's not escaping jail and doing all this. Maybe he is because maybe he figured, they're going to move on without me. I got to get out of here. Because the other part of the emotional intelligence bit is, okay, so you escape from jail to see your daughter, then what?
Yeah, what did you do after that?
Right. So, because no matter what the situation was, besides the fact that it's a true story, we knew he was going back to jail. Like there's no way he wasn't.
The fact that we know about the story means he went back to jail.
Like, we were just waiting for the other shoe to drop, right? It was just kind of like, and that was kind of the tension that the movie built, which is what kept me engaged. Is I know at some point he's getting caught, right?
Yeah,
which leads to one of the funniest parts of the movie when he is just got done taking a shower. Peter Dinklage walks up and he's singing his tune, whatever it is. I guess he's there because you know what the funny thing is? I don't know if you've ever worked in retail, but there's always a night where you do the what is the inventory. There's always a night where you do the inventory.
Yeah.
And I was just waiting for that scene to happen because I worked at Radio Shack. I worked at Starbucks.
Things were missing.
Yeah. Right. Things kept going missing. And I thought that one of the things that was really weird about this movie was the fact that he would change Kristen Dunst's character's schedule after Peter Dinklage's character said, no, you have to work this weekend. And the schedule changed. So she didn't show up. And the boss said nothing. The boss didn't know she didn't show up. He seems like the type of person who knows who's coming in and who's coming out. But because it's a true story, I can't really question that. It's just weird, right?
Yeah.
Same
you don't know what else he was distracted with, or he always seemed like he was doing some type of paperwork. So he might have just been too distracted with so many different things to realize that it was off.
And you know what's funny? I shouldn't even say this. I'll tell you. I'll tell you after. It has to do with our conversation about how Black people are portrayed in film, and how they're always the good guy, or it comes across as that they always have to be virtuous, the good guy, and whatever. And then Peter Dinklage's character, or Peter Dinklage himself, you know what I mean?
Gotcha.
Yeah, because it doesn't seem like there's. Well, I don't know. I'm not in that community. It doesn't seem like there's an outrage for Peter Dinklage playing a literal jerk. Like the worst.
He wasn't a great person in this movie at all.
But I will say the thing that kind of, I don't want to say saves it because I don't think it was ever in trouble, is the fact that it was never mentioned. It just is what it is.
He's just a jerk.
Yeah, like he's not a jerk with dwarfism. He's just a jerk. Like no one.
Yeah, they don't make the joke. They don't talk about it. He's just the character, and I think that was important.
They're not saying, "Oh, your shirt, haha." They're asking, "Why are you an asshole?" Like what's happening here?
Yeah.
Which I still don't know why he was that. I mean, some people are just jerks.
Just
But yeah, like
sometimes you don't even need to know. You just know this guy is a jerk. Like she even
right.
said, you want to just come to the toy drive, donate toys, just be a good person for once. Like,
Yeah. And he
and
had
I like
no.
that because it felt lived in. It felt like, okay, they've worked together for a long time.
Yep.
It's the whole like talking to the younger guy, like you need to stop letting this guy bully you and all that stuff. Like I really liked all those interactions and stuff like that.
Agreed. But yeah, so like Channing Tatum, this is definitely one of his best performances. I want to talk about another scene that was high key hilarious. He's pretty much like he's on the run. It's towards the end of the film, and he decides to rob
The gun store.
the gun store, right? And he ends up in the Buddhist. I don't know if you call it a temple, but he ends up over there in like the
Was it in a
spa.
massage parlor?
Yeah, the massage
Yeah,
parlor. I don't know why I said Buddhist temple. I think it's because of the,
the
the
Buddha.
statue. But yeah, the Buddha. Yeah. So he ends up in the massage parlor. He falls through. He's in the wrong story. Let me
That
tell you
was
something.
great.
I was laughing my ass off.
Me
That
too.
was hilarious. And what I didn't expect was him to break through the
Through the
wall.
wall. I'm like, God damn.
Hey, hold on.
Why are you
Yeah.
so strong? You just be eating M&Ms.
Like, so you can ask, why is he so strong? But you can also ask, why the hell are these walls so thin? Like,
Yeah, that's true.
but yeah, like that whole scene was hilarious. Him
Yeah.
trying to get the gun and all this other stuff, and like these are the moments of the film that kind of keep it from just being this dour situation
Yeah.
that it really kind of felt like. Because in the back of my mind, this entire movie, I'm like, this other shoe is going to drop at some point.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
he's pulling at the shoe to drop too
Yeah.
throughout the
Yep.
movie with what he's doing.
Yeah.
The fact that after Peter Dinklage saw him in the store, they didn't check every single piece of that Toys R Us.
That blew my mind.
Yeah, to find out the cameras weren't recording, that there was stuff missing from the inventory. You had someone's on the run
Yeah.
from you guys because it was
But the other thing was, yeah, but the other thing was Channing himself set up cameras around the store.
yeah.
And I'm like, so no one else sees these cameras?
Honestly, I've worked in big stores I've worked at the Target.
Yeah.
Honestly, I wouldn't have seen them. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Because
People
I'm not
don't look
looking in that corner to like, what's that?
Yeah. But even like when the cops came, I feel like they didn't they didn't find the cameras, right?
Nah. Eventually, yes, they did. But
After the robbery, I think they found
the
the
robbery,
cameras.
yeah.
But before
Let's talk
that,
about that scene, how intense that was.
yeah, that was bad.
That was really
That was
bad.
the first time during one of his robberies I felt like,
All right.
oh, you're not. This is not good.
This
Like
is not good.
this is not a good situation. And he's
Especially
trying
when
to
it
do
gets
his nice guy thing,
Yeah.
but it's
It's not good.
as soon as he hit the dude and he hit the guy with the
Security guard.
security guard, like, or I think it was the armored truck driver.
Probably. Yeah. Because he was coming for
As soon
the
as he hit
pickup.
the Brinks truck driver, and you tell him not to pull his gun, he tries to pull his gun, he hits him, he gets on the ground. He like, I don't know why he did. I mean, I understand why he did this to Peter Dinklage's character, but when the money came out to explode, did he think that was going to turn out well for anybody? Like that I don't like. I know he was so when when he's with Peter Dinklage at the safe, they take the money out and he unzips the bag, and of course like it's going to explode with the paint and stuff like that. And he tells Peter Dinklage to hold it, and Peter Dinklage's like, "Well, it's going to explode." He's like, "No, it's not," and then it explodes in his face.
No, he told him take it out and then put it down. Like he told him to put it away because he said it doesn't explode right away. And Peter Dinklage didn't listen and just let it in his face. He was trying to tell him how to, because I'm pretty sure he's gone through it before. Robin McDonald's.
Yeah.
So he was trying to tell him how to make sure it doesn't explode on him. He was just Peter Dinklage was just freaking out.
Yeah,
that's how I would in that situation. I would be too.
He was great.
Yeah, he's so
freaking
damn
out. Yeah,
we were just talking about him because I saw him in Toxic Avenger, and he's good.
Mm.
He's really good in that movie too. And I was talking about how underrated he is because he doesn't get a lot of major roles, unfortunately, because obviously he's a dwarf and they don't get a lot of movies. So I'm kind of glad that he was in this because this is a little bit more mainstream. But he's so good.
Actually, this is like the third thing that I know of him being in this year. Um, he's in the Dexter show as like one of the main villains.
Oh, look, first of all, shout out to Obi Thorne Alliance.
What's up, Obi Thorne?
But yeah, he just brought that up. He's in
Oh.
Dexter Resurrection as well.
How about that? Yeah.
He's
So,
working.
yeah, like I don't know what happened to his character. Please don't tell me, don't spoil it, because I am going to finish that season. But yeah, like that, like so he's been in 3 things this year so
Yeah.
far. So I mean that doesn't mean that it's easy for him or that it's not true that it's a challenge. But every year I see him in something.
Yeah, that's true. He be working. I just wish he was in bigger stuff too. I just want everybody to be in bigger stuff. We have space.
I wonder if I do want to know if the manager of I guess because this Toys R Us wasn't the real place, that it might not matter. But I wanted to know if the manager was actually a dwarf.
Yeah. They casted him, or they actually had a dwarf.
Also, but also one of the more interesting parts of the movie is in the post-credit scene with all the real people.
I like that they did that.
By that. Yeah. Talk about that for a second.
And then I like that they did that because we saw the real people talk about how nice he was as a person.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so it was like, yeah, this feels unrealistic, but no, these people are like, no, yeah, he really was really nice. And to the point where people wouldn't snitch on him.
Right.
Like, because there's like, okay, I could tell that you need this kind of thing, and you didn't hurt me. You didn't even inkling. You gave me your coat. You made sure I got my coat on. Like most robbers would be like, get in there or just get down and just hit you or whatever. I think there's like an understanding. I think that's where the empathy for me comes from. And I think there's just an understanding of people like, oh, he's just trying to survive and he's not a terrible person, but he's making a bad decision. I thought that was really, really cool. That's probably why he got away for so long, because of the niceness.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that is also really interesting, that from his perspective, the real life person, I'm being played by Channing Tatum in a movie.
Yeah, when I saw the real person, it's Channing Tatum. Oh, okay,
right. Because I know, like, I mean, thank God I'm not in jail, but I know I would be elated. Like, Lakeith is playing. Oh, okay, all right. Yeah, I mean the woman who Kirsten Dunst is playing is like Kirsten Dunst, the woman from Spider-Man. Oh, Mary Jane's playing me. Okay. So that's dope. Like I know that they had the pastor Ben Mendelsohn's playing me.
Yeah,
Ben Mendelsohn is also awesome in this movie.
Yeah, somebody just talked about seeing. Let me see. Oh yeah, Juno Temple, Lakeith Stanfield, Ben Mendelsohn, Uzo Adobo also being in this movie. They play small roles. They did play small roles, but they did really good. I think Juno Temple was okay, but Lakeith, Ben, Uzo were all great in the small roles that they had. They were memorable.
It's Uzo Aduba.
Yes.
Aduba.
They were all great in this movie and what they had to do, and were impactful. So I really I like seeing Uzo. She's not in a lot of stuff that I see.
Yeah, like I first saw her in Orange Is the New Black, and I don't think I've really seen her in anything since that.
She has a Netflix show that's a hit, but
wait, is that nurse show? Not nurse show. It's a detective show, something like that.
Yeah, not the Renaissance, something like that. Some of the R.
Yeah. Like I've heard people really like that show, and I actually really wanted to watch it. But she's only 44.
Yeah. Also looks younger than that. Kirsten Dunst, I really liked her in this movie. She was a person that had a lot going on herself. She wasn't just fiending over the Channing Tatum character. She had her own life, her own thing that she was trying to deal with. It could have been a movie just about her and her struggles dealing with her daughter, not having they could have did a whole movie on that. So she did a really good job. She had really great chemistry with Channing Tatum. And it was really interesting how forward she was with him.
Yeah.
And he was like, whoa, okay. Just asking him if he was gay was really funny because he was so confused. Like, what? He's like, you feel like one of the girls. Which, look, guys, that's a very underrated thing there. That's a really cool where you get along with women really well and they feel safe around you. It's easier for them to feel romantic feelings for you.
Yep.
Because the whole fear barrier that women have to get over.
Yeah. Now, hey, let me tell y'all something. Let me tell y'all something right now. We not getting comfortable with women and making them feel comfortable to take advantage of them. That's what we not
Exactly.
doing.
No, that's not
You
what
know
I'm
what I
saying.
mean? Yeah, I know that's not what you're saying, but I
Yeah,
just
but
want to
yeah,
make it abundantly clear. We ain't sleuthing,
no,
okay? We don't do the sleuth. If you have real, authentic relationships with women, awesome.
go ahead.
Don't be sleuthing. Anyway,
Don't be future.
yeah,
Don't be future.
yeah. So, why do we always give a PSA? Well, I think it's important.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we got a lot of men in the
So,
chat. So we gotta let them know.
yeah, for sure. Yeah. So what else is there to talk about in regards
I guess
to
the ending.
Roofman? Oh, the end. Oh, of course, yeah, the ending. And I also have a question for you after we talk about the ending.
Yeah,
But yeah, the ending was sad. It
yeah,
felt heavy. It
yeah,
was emotional, but
yeah.
at the same time, by the end of the movie, Jeff had did enough things where I was literally like, take his ass to jail. Like
Yeah.
I'm like, just go to jail, because you clearly have not understood what you're doing.
Yeah.
And and one of the things that you brought up, which I'll let you talk about that. Take it away, Zach.
What was the thing?
The fact that he said that he deserved to be there.
Yeah, when he was kind of like a counseling thing, which is like a Sing Sing
Mhm.
situation.
Yeah.
Where somebody asked him was like, "Hey, do you feel like you should be out there or whatever?" He said, "No, I'm exactly where I need to be. I understand that I hurt so many people, and I
Mhm.
deserve to be here." And I love that. Even though it's funny though, he said all that, and then the text said
Try
he
to
tried
escape 2 more
to
times.
2 more times.
That is
um,
hilarious.
That is really, really funny. But I think in that moment, it was truthful for him where he was like, I need to get it. Because you don't know what the hell happened to him in jail in between that time,
Right.
why he felt like he needed to escape.
True.
Jail ain't easy.
No,
Um,
I don't want to be here.
so I think I like that scene because it was like, I think it's that emotional growth that we needed to see from him because he said he
Yeah.
lacked emotional intelligence. It was like, all right, I did bad things. I hurt people. I traumatized people. I ruined people's lives. I deserve to do the time
Yep.
even if the initial time that I was given was
It's ridiculous. Yeah.
overdone. But I should
Right.
have done these things in the first place to even get myself into this position.
Right. That's part of the wisdom that my mom would give me. Hey, it's unjust. They're doing too much, but why did you put yourself in position to put yourself under their power, under their influence of what they could do to
Word.
you? Just don't put yourself in that position where your fate is in someone else's hands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Fate of the
agree.
Furious. Um,
Yeah, but overall, I think Roofman is a great movie. It's one of my favorite movies of the year. Heartfelt, interesting and different because the story is so unique.
yep,
I think it stands out in that way, and I think Channing Tatum gave one of the best performances of the year.
agreed.
Movie.
So just to wrap it up, I want to ask you 2 questions.
So,
One, Channing Tatum was his better. What did you enjoy his? I don't even know if you saw Blink Twice, but did you enjoy? Do you think his performance in Roofman was better or Blink Twice?
ooh, um, I think Roofman. I would
I
go
agree.
with Roofman. I think Blink Twice he was great as a because I'd
Yeah,
never
I
seen him
agree.
as a bad guy before,
Yeah.
and he was convincing. He's usually
Yep.
really charming and likable. I was like, oh no, he's an
Mhm.
asshole in this movie.
Yeah.
So that was needed for his career. But
Agreed.
this
And
one, huh?
yeah, yeah. No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I don't say this one was just more, I guess, diverse.
Yeah, he had to
In
do a
terms
lot
he had to do
throughout
a
the movie.
lot. He had to
Yep.
be funny. He had to be serious. He had to be heartbroken, sad, depressed. Like he had to do a lot in this movie.
And there's a level of physicality in this movie too that he
Oh
had to
yeah.
do.
Also, being butt ass naked and doing that scene, like because when he started climbing up the thing and get away from being the Dinklage, I was like, oh, he's actually naked.
Yeah. But yeah, so last question and we'll head out. Where does uh
Crashing.
um Last question, and then we'll head out. Sorry. Last question, and then we will head out. Where does Channing Tatum's career go from here?
Ooh. Um. Well, he's in Avengers, so we'll
That's
see
true.
him do that. But
Mhm.
outside of maybe obviously being in Secret Wars, I don't know. I have a feeling he's not gonna make it out of Doomsday. I know probably not. I think he is supposed to be doing 23 Jump Street.
Okay.
But they're saying that there's one producer that's holding it up.
Mhm.
So I think he needs to do. I don't think he's going to be in any more big blockbuster films. I think he's past that age. I think Doomsday Secret Wars is his last one.
Mhm.
Um, I think he needs to do a mixture of 2 movies a year where he does one comedic one serious,
Mhm.
and kind of
Yeah.
stick with that, and try to get into more movies that we not used to seeing him in.
Mhm.
I would like to see that because I think he proved in this film that he could do like a really serious film.
Yeah. I would love to see him as the villain of an A24 movie.
Yeah, well,
Wait,
another one, right?
wasn't that Blink Twice?
Yeah,
Yeah.
another
Yeah.
A24 film.
Yep. So he is 45.
Yeah,
Did
yeah,
not see that coming.
yeah.
But yeah, I'm curious to see where his career goes because I feel like we're kind of saying the same thing for him that we're saying for The Rock. Like you need to take some other
Mhm.
more dramatic roles, and you're on the path to doing that. And I really want him to stay on the path to doing that. And I think what was really great about Roofman for his career was that it wasn't straight serious. It wasn't straight comedy. It played all of these different things. So if he wants to walk in to a meeting or something like that and say, "Hey, look, here's an example of me playing 3 or 4 different tones in a single movie and being able to carry that film from start to finish."
And I want
Cast me, yeah,
talk about star power.
hmm
A movie like this without him is not making
no,
$8 million at the box office, right?
no, not at
Million
all.
movie like this usually makes Jennifer Lopez movie that came out this weekend that no one's talking about
Because
made
I hadn't heard of it. What?
made less than $1 million.
That's crazy. That never happens.
And that was an Oscar play, so that there ain't no Oscars coming in that film. Kiss of the
Oh,
Spider Woman.
you got to make something.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
get an
make
Oscar,
something. It can't be less than $1 million.
right?
So like the movie cost 19, it made 8.
Okay.
And it's a little lower than people expected, but it's still
hmm
higher than the low end. And I think because it's Channing Tatum and it's Kirsten Dunst that this movie made that much. Because there's
Yeah.
movies kind of a similar quality, but not as a unique story
hmm
that get made like this, and they don't register in the box office.
Yeah.
Or
This is like this would be the well, not having Channing Tatum and Kirsten Dunst in this would be like putting Turtles all the way down in the theater. It's like that's not a
Mm,
good idea. It's a great
yeah,
movie. I love
yeah,
that
it's a
movie.
good comp
That's
because I
not a
love
good
that
idea.
movie. But
Yeah.
Isabella Marquez by herself, not
hmm
yet, not yet.
Nope. So yeah, man. I just yeah, but good. I'm about to say good man. Roofman was a good movie.
Yeah,
Channing Tatum was awesome. The
yes.
film was awesome in and of itself.
Highly
Highly
recommend it.
recommend it.
Yes,
If you can make it to the theater to see it, highly recommend it.
yes.
Um, Definitely support this film. Not support, but go see it because you want to, if you
You're
want
gonna have a
to.
good time. One
Yeah,
thing I'll say
you will
about
have a good
the
time.
theatrical experience with this movie,
Mhm.
one of the few films after the movie ended and people stayed for the credits,
Yeah,
everyone was
same.
talking about it. Like they
Yeah,
sat down and talked about it. A lot of times when I go to the movies, people just get up and go.
right.
But somebody next to me was like, looked at me, was like, "What did you think?" And asked
Yeah,
me. Oh shit! I
yeah,
was like, I loved it. It was great. I think Channing Tatum was fantastic. He's like, yeah. And then like, have a good night, blah blah blah. And everybody was kind of like conjugating, and
yep.
that's why you want to go to the movie theaters to
That's
conjugate
special.
with
Yeah.
people. So
Yeah, I had a like I didn't have the what did you think experience, but I did have the experience of the entire. You've been in the theater when the entire theater feels like they're on one accord, right? Like we're all engaged. We're all having fun. We're all groaning at the same moments. We're all laughing at the same moments. Like, and this movie does a really good job of producing all of those emotions because in the theater, people were vocal. Like when he started doing like making mistakes, or not even like making mistakes, yes, but like making
Bad.
decisions to impact Kirsten Dunst's family. It's like, oh, what are you doing? Like I heard that all across of the theater. At one point, somebody in my theater was like, "Well, you know that's not going to work." Like it was like we people were actually really engaged. So yeah, it was a good time at the movies for sure.
Yeah, definitely. I actually have one last one last question, and then we'll get to the comments and then head out. Do you think there's any inkling for him to get any chatter for award season this season?
No.
Okay.
This movie will. I hate saying this. This movie will be forgotten by next month.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, like small movies like this don't really get a lot of like play or leg work or whatever. But because it's not the early 2000s, late 90s anymore, when a drama could really be the center of attention, that doesn't happen anymore.
Especially a drama like this. It's like if you're not a period piece drama, you don't really get attention.
Yeah, like something like, well, I don't know what the box office was, but something like Sleepless in Seattle, like that's going to get a lot of attention because it's a story about people doing whatever. So like When Harry Met Sally is a huge deal. You know what I mean? It's a great movie. I love that movie, by the way. And it's a conversation piece that has lasted over the course of time. There's not a lot of dramas today that have that kind of staying power. I'm trying to think of something right now, and I can't because the like you. What's the most culturally significant movie of this year? To me, it would be Sinners, of course. That has cultural significance. The drama in it before we even get to the vampires makes it worth talking about.
Yeah.
But there are vampires in this movie, and it's not a straight up drama. It's
a
horror.
One battle after another a drama? No.
Yeah.
Too much action.
No, it's a drama.
You think so?
It's not a thriller. It's not an action movie.
Kind of. Rooftops, riots, car crashes.
But the rooftop jumps were not played as action scene. They were played as I gotta get out of here dramatically. So it's a drama. I gotta get out of here. But it was also played for laughs because he fell and got tased immediately, which was hilarious. Pardon me, spoilers for one battle after another, but not heavy spoilers. But yeah, so I see that movie as a drama through. I think that dramas do have the ability to have like a kind of intensity to them because like A Few Good Men is a drama. No matter how intense the scenes are, it is a drama, So yeah, same thing with A Time to Kill. A Time to Kill is a drama, but there's a lot of action in that movie. A lot of people getting shot, a lot of different types of violence going on, houses being burned down, all kinds of crazy stuff is happening. Forrest Gump, there's a whole war section of that movie. So it's like dramas have the ability to have that kind of
I have it in there too.
Gotcha.
Aker said, "Did you like the Send Help trailer? Sam Raimi, Rachel Adams. I did like the trailer. Kenny hasn't seen it yet.
I haven't seen it yet. No.
It's not going to win visual effects. I already know Avatar. Oh yeah, obviously Avatar's going to win that.
Yeah, we're talking about nominations.
It should just be nominated. Readapt Lawnmower Man. I don't know what that is. Do you know what that is?
We watched a trailer of it together not too long ago, and we're
yes,
yeah.
I was like, what? Yeah. Separate into practical and visual effects. Separate practical. I wouldn't mind that because I feel like practical effects get lost because so much visual effects dominate that category. I wouldn't mind.
I mean, I don't know if I would want to split it. And the reason why is because there is also a mix of the two. And what do you do with that? I think that there should just be more value when a practical effect can make you question whether or not it's CGI, right? At the
Yeah.
end of Alien Romulus, the big ass alien guy,
Yeah.
you couldn't convince me he wasn't
I
CGI.
was sure that was CGI.
Yes. But it was a real very skinny tall dude in a suit. Like so
That movie didn't get nominated for technical awards. It's insane.
yeah, that's crazy.
Over under 550 for new He-Man movie. Gotta see a trailer.
Under.
I gotta see a trailer. I know Jared Leto's in it, but I gotta see a trailer.
Yeah.
Once I see a trailer, I'll know.
Yeah. I'm not saying under because of Jared Leto. I'm saying under because I mean you think it's a shoe in, like it's gonna make money, and it could make money, but 550 is a little difficult. It's a popular franchise
Mm-hmm.
that isn't that popular today.
Yeah. True.
Unlike Barbie, Barbie will always be relevant because Barbie's always in
No matter what.
adults conversations.
Yeah. And they did something unique with Barbie too. They didn't just do a straight up like
Yeah.
toy.
It didn't feel like a bunch of plastic dolls going on a little adventure. Yeah, I mean, it was much bigger than that.
Yeah. Would Danny DeVito be good for the next Tron? Do they need more humor? I feel like it would have to be a different comedic actor than Danny DeVito if you want to do that. It would have to be like Jack Black. Like Jack Black or someone that's a little bit more popular. I think Danny DeVito's popularity is stuck with Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I don't think he has that movie popularity anymore.
I agree. I don't think that you're going to see a movie for Danny DeVito. However, not that people went to go see this movie. I don't know. I don't know what the box office was. But when was it Hereditary? Not Hereditary. It was a movie like Horror 2024. I know I'm going to be able to pull it up like immediately. What sinners here? It was. I'm sorry. I know this is bad TV. Heretic. Heretic. You would never really think that people would go and want to see. I don't know why I didn't just look at his name, Hugh Grant, in a horror movie, but I don't know what the box office was. But I do know that people talked about it and it was interesting, right?
Yeah.
So you never know. One trailer can change everything.
It can change everything. I don't know. I thought the beginning of Roofman was funny, maybe because I work at annoying McDonald's.
Oh, it was funny. It was hilarious.
It was hilarious.
Yeah.
He hid behind a bunch of computers at Circuit City. I think it was better to be at Toys R Us, more cinematic.
Agreed. There's not. How the hell did he hide at Circuit City?
I don't know. That's even more impressive.
Yeah, right.
I needed more Lakeith Stanfield character and scenes and betrayal. The first scene, he clowns his pal for underachieving, then gets skeptic as crimes are on TV, then price gouges. Yeah, the price gouge pissed me off. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
The 5,000 to 50,000, like you really made him go and do something that he didn't want to do.
I almost feel like, to shoot him some bail, I almost feel like he kept raising it so he would not do it.
Yeah, but he had no choice. He needed to start a new life. Like he knew that.
Oh, that part. Yeah. Sorry.
There's no way out of it. He could have just stayed where he was.
Yeah.
He need a new identity so he could get a job, he could get a car, he could get a, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's see. We throwing lines was hope we're doing well. He said, "What has been the most surprising movie for both of you for this year?" It would probably be Weapons. Definitely not Weapons. I expected that movie to be good.
Yeah, I had high expectations for that movie. I would say F1 maybe.
Okay. Yeah, because I wasn't sure about that one.
Yeah.
I would say my number one movie of the year, honestly, Nezha 2. Because I didn't know anything about the franchise. And then it's just like everybody kept talking about it because it made so much money. And then I watched the first one maybe a week before it came out. And then I watched it and I was blown away. And I was like, holy shit, where is this? I want to see everything now. And now I know that there's like an older movie, there's a TV show, the third one's coming. So I'm in.
Yeah, I'm trying to look at to see if there are any other ones that I'm like really was surprised that it was that good, and I gotta give it the Final Destination. I didn't know what to expect, but it could have been good, it could have been bad, but I it was much more of a chance that it was going to be bad than good, and it actually turned out really good.
Or maybe like just even average. But
Yeah,
it was bad good.
a good time.
Yeah. Would you both say this year has been a good year content wise for movies compared to other years? I would say it's been one of the weaker
Yeah,
years so far because
yeah,
there's not a lot of diversity. Not a lot of great animated films, not a lot
yeah,
of great films that of different cultures. We had Sinners, but that's
right.
about it.
That's about it.
Um, and we don't have and a lot of Oscar films also have just not been spread throughout the year. They feel like they're
Mhm.
all coming now, and I'm like, I would like to see some of these spread out throughout the year. I get it, you don't want to go too early because then you get forgotten about.
Right.
But like everything coming out on Christmas is nuts.
Yeah, yeah. Everything you said, ditto everything you said. I think the one interesting thing about this year in particular is that horror is the winner. Like no matter what, I'm looking at every row of my letterbox, and there's a
There's
horror
one
movie
horror in
in literally every row.
there. Yeah,
Yeah,
yep. First horror Sinners. Second row, Weapons and Woman in the Yard. Third row is Killers of Killers. I guess technically that's horror.
yeah,
Fourth row is Bring Her Back. Like,
mm,
yeah,
yeah.
every single row has a horror film in it.
Right. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. I'm only seeing one row, which is Smash Machine, Predator, Killer Killers, Tornado, Friendship, and there's that too. There's no. But yeah, for the most part, you'll find a horror movie in every
Yeah.
section, if not two. But yeah, horror has done great this year. Everything else has been up and down.
Also, for both of you, if you could watch a movie that came out when you weren't born yet, what movie would that be?
Um, a movie that came out before I was born.
A lot.
Uh, I'm trying to think because there's a lot of movies that I've seen.
Okay, a lot.
Um,
I guess because I heard so much great things about it and I love sci-fi. 2001: Space Odyssey. That's a movie I've been meaning to watch.
yeah, that's on my list. It's on my list, but it's not high on my list.
Yeah.
I would probably say Goonies. Goonies is one that I feel like I should
Mhm.
knock out at some point. And I'm looking at my watch list right now on
Yeah.
Letterboxd.
Toxic Avenger was an
Goonies.
awesome movie.
I've never seen The Breakfast Club.
Oh,
Clueless.
I've seen that. I've seen Clueless. I love that movie.
Never seen The Sandlot. Um, I feel like
The
I've
Resident was the name of that show that we were talking
okay.
about. Uzo.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, there's a ton of movies that wait, actually I feel like I named movies that were out when I was born. No, I didn't. Oh yeah, yeah. These are all before my time.
Okay, these are the
No,
last.
Sandlot is 93.
Oh
Actually.
yeah, so you're 3 years old.
And yeah, Goonies is 85. Yeah, so that definitely counts. Yeah. I think those are kind of the big ones for me that The Warriors, I need to see that at some point.
I've seen that on TV.
79. Yeah, Space Odyssey, definitely. Yeah, I'm just looking. We can keep going, but
Yeah. John said, "What are your thoughts on why Sam left Encom? I think it's like my theory on X. Quora isn't human; she's an ISO, like Kevin stated, and her DNA is special." It didn't seem like Sam really wanted to run Encom. I know that the end of the movie was like, "I'm gonna do it," but he didn't really want to do it.
he ain't want to do that. That man does not want to show up to in a suit talking about numbers and the stock price and all that. He don't give a damn
I
about
want to be in
none of that.
action.
He is Bruce Wayne. He is like, I
Yeah.
heard that the company is still running. I appreciate that. I'll see you guys later. Right.
I'll show up once a month.
Lucius is in charge. Leave me alone.
Leave me
So,
alone.
yeah.
Which means she and Sam could have had a kid, and that child is a hybrid human ISO, which explains why they went hybrid.
That's an interesting story.
Yeah, I can see them going that direction.
Even though there was nothing really special about her being an ISO, it just was what it was.
Yeah, I think the
So
whole special part of it is the fact that she was born out of nothing inside of a virtual world.
yeah,
They didn't create her. It was just the environment was applicable enough for her to be created. But
right,
yeah, there's nothing like apparently cool about that.
yeah.
What are your thoughts on WB and Paramount bid? Do you think someone else will get win? Lastly, do you believe James Gunn might be on his way out soon? His contract ends 2026 hasn't been renewed. Okay, this is a lot. My thoughts on the WB Paramount potential merger. I hate it. I don't want
Same.
any more of these companies losing their history and
Agreed.
being merged and all these people losing their jobs. And it also creates monopolies. So when, let's say, Disney does something you don't like, they have so many of the projects that you like, it's hard to not watch. So that same thing would happen kind of like with Paramount, because Paramount also was getting boycotted because what they did with was it Jimmy Kimmel? I believe they're the ones that
It was somebody else.
was
It
somebody
was
else.
it wasn't Stephen Colbert. It wasn't. It was somebody. I forget who it was.
Yeah, someone else. They also did the same thing with like South Park. They took
Yeah,
some of the episodes off and then
that's
let them.
right. They canceled that episode that was coming out that week.
Yep. So like, if they're in that vein and doing that, you don't want them to be able to control. Like WB has so much, right?
Yeah,
And Paramount owns Nickelodeon. WB, if they get WB, they'll own Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network. What does that happen to the history of that, right? Do they combine them and now it feels like they were together the whole time? That just messes us up in history wise. I don't like that idea.
you know what's funny? I'm on the side of keeping something separate.
Keeping what?
Like keeping something separate.
Yeah.
Like I don't have any kind of tribalism whatsoever in my bones at all.
Yeah.
But keep Marvel and DC separate. Maybe they dibble and dabble every once in a while. But I don't want them to merge. Like keep those universes separate. Let them be
Yeah.
them.
They have
I
special
don't
things about them that keep them separate.
Yeah, I don't want WWE and the AEW to merge. Let those universes stay separate and do their own thing. Right? I have no issue with AEW. I don't watch AEW, but I don't have an issue with it. How can I have an issue with something I don't watch? So yeah, like the internet is insane. But yeah, so yeah. Just some things and Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network are one of those things that Nickelodeon is a very specific brand, and so is Cartoon Network. Keep them the way they are.
And
Yeah.
also, when you have more competition, it creates more creativity.
Yep.
If you just own everything, you don't have to be creative. You have no
Yeah.
competition. That's what's happening to Disney right now, right? They bought
Yep.
Fox, they have Pixar, they have Star Wars, they have Marvel. Were dominant for so long. They stopped pushing the envelope, and now we're seeing a downturn on all their franchises because they keep
Yeah.
just turning out the same shit over and over, remaking old things, not doing things
Yep.
that's creative, and they're
Yep.
suffering from it. And then they try to compete with Netflix, which was a bad idea with Disney Plus. Now there's a Netflix. A lot of people don't give Netflix a lot of credit for always thinking forward every single time, starting streaming, getting into original movies first, because the Netflix
Yep.
original was Netflix first doing that,
Yep.
and then doing international stuff. They're the
Yeah.
ones that really helped a lot of people start watching movies with subtitles.
Correct.
And
And
then they have a variety.
I saw this really interesting post the other day that was met with some of the dumbest comments I've ever seen in my entire life. But the post was essentially saying that Netflix introduced binge watching to us, right? Netflix introduced a way for us to like the question was like, what was the Netflix show that started the binge watching like craze or whatever, right? And smart, observant people who read the question were saying things like Orange is the New Black,
Yeah,
House of Cards,
yeah,
other shows like that, because that's true,
yeah.
right?
They were the
But
first big originals.
other people in the comment section was, oh well, for me, it was Martin. That's not how that works.
I had to take a
Oh,
breath.
look, other people's like DVDs for me. That's not how that works. We are talking about a very specific thing where you release an entire new season at one time.
That started as a streaming show, not something that was
Yeah,
acquired later that was originally week to week.
right. I don't understand. Like, one of my biggest pet peeves on the internet is people reading the question and answering their own question.
It's very, very annoying. I seen it all the time. Like, this don't have nothing to do with what this original post had to
Right.
say. What are you
People
talking
be
about?
like, oh man, I was like, oh man, I really enjoyed Tron Legacy, and someone will be like, yeah, but it's not. I don't know, but it's not like,
It's not like Ready Player One. What are you
yeah,
talking
yeah,
about?
exactly. It's not like Ready Player One. It's not the Matrix. Like, nigga, who said it was?
Nobody did. I just said I enjoyed it.
I said I enjoyed the film. The propensity for people to go propensity. See, you know what I mean? The propensity for people to critique what you enjoyed as if it affects them is weird.
One of my pet peeves, my cinema pet peeves, is when you say you enjoy something and someone's, well, this movie was better. I don't
I
care.
don't care.
I
I
didn't
do not
say
care.
that this movie was better than that movie. I just said I enjoyed this one. We don't
Right.
always have to compare and contrast every single movie all the time. Just
Yeah.
because this is a great crime
Yeah.
thriller doesn't mean that this can't also be a great crime thriller.
Right.
You act like you can't. If you like Goodfellas, you can't like Casino. If you like Casino, you can't like Goodfellas. You can like both.
Can only be one.
Yeah,
Right. Like
doesn't
it's so strange.
so strange. He also asks, "Do you think anybody else will buy it?" Honestly, I think Paramount eventually will get it. I just think they have to put up more money. And do you believe James Gunn will be out on his way soon? So this is a complicated one, right? As of right now, if Paramount was to buy WB, I think James Gunn will be out. Only because when you do these kind of mergers, whoever takes over likes to put their guy in that spot.
Yeah.
And because Superman wasn't the runaway box office smash that they were hoping, and then Peacemaker never charted, Creature Commandos never charted, to the point where he's not making any more Peacemaker. If he doesn't get something that's not his written thing popping, like if Lanterns doesn't hit, if Supergirl does a similar or smaller box office as Superman, if
Is he writing Supergirl?
Huh?
Is he writing Supergirl?
No, all these things we're talking about are stuff that he's not writing.
Okay.
He's not writing any of this stuff. He's not writing Lanterns. He's not writing Supergirl. He's not writing Clayface. These are all the things that's coming out next year. And Superman. Damn, that's a lot of DC shit coming out next year.
That's cool.
All of them are kind of mediocre box office. But we're not talking about quality. They all could be great. They all can be great, entertaining stuff.
If you ask me, they all are great.
Yeah.
Peacemaker's really good. I wouldn't call it great. It was really good. Superman to me was great. And Creature Commandos was solid. Like there's three, like I would watch these shows, right? And I enjoyed them. But
yeah, this is popularity now. It's just like
right.
The most popular thing that he's released is something that was made before he started was Penguin. That was the only thing that's charted so far under his regime.
I don't really attribute that to him.
Yeah, I don't attribute to him.
In the same way I don't attribute Black Adam to him. Like when I forget what movie it was where he was like, oh, it was actually The Flash, which I don't know why he said this is the movie that's going to change superhero. I don't know what he was smoking. Maybe he really believed that.
I think he did because he got the guy from The Flash to shoot Superman, so he really believed it.
So, like I don't attribute trash.
He needs box office hits. He needs stuff that pushes DC in the forefront. Right now, he wins because Superman did better than all the Marvel movies.
Yep.
But how long is that gonna last? Because they got Spider-Man next year. I'm just saying.
Yeah, and
I don't bet
there's three characters who are guaranteed dollars, or so you would think. Superman, Batman, Spider-Man. Guaranteed dollars. And now that we're in this age, you slap the name Avengers on something, we all interested in seeing how it's going to go. Right? So
unless you do it after the movie comes out.
Right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because, oh my God, that was so dumb. Thunderbolts is a better name. Anyway. Yeah. You immediately strip the identity of the characters that you just made. It's not that serious. There'll still be great characters. But I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean? It's like,
they feel like a different type of team. But yeah. What is your favorite sidekick? Robin.
Uh, I wanted to like avoid Robin because I think he's the easy and obvious one
Easy. Yeah.
because it's true. Because it's true. Oh yeah, it's that favorite, not best. Probably Robin. Favorite Robin for sure. I want to give a shout out to Gear from Static Shock.
Yeah.
I want to give a shout out to I guess you could Aqualad,
Wally West.
Wally West, Aqualad from the Young Justice show specifically. And yeah, because all the Flash's sidekicks in the Flash TV show could have gone to the depths of hell. I did not care about any of them. The depths of hell was crazy. They could have gone to Gorilla Grodd's prison for all I could and stayed.
Which ones are you specifically?
Better than hell. I'm sure.
Wally, Jesse Quick, and all that stuff like that.
What? Oh wait, did you ask me a question?
Yes, I was talking about. Are you talking about Wally and Jesse Quick and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Supporting cast.
Yeah. Well, no, his supporting cast was good for like I would say all of them were good except for those when those sidekicks started coming in. We can end the show now. This is bad. Yeah.
What is the movie
Arrow
business
had
going to
the
do?
same problem too.
Huh?
Arrow had the same problem too. It just became this street level Avengers kind of thing where they kept having interchangeable heroes coming in and out, and it kind of watered down the entire thing. Like
it's all the CW Arrowverse had that issue. Every single time as the show progressed, it was just a group of people all the time.
The only one,
the Superman and Lois was almost there. It was like almost getting there. Because his son started getting powers, and Lois was helping, and then Lois' friend from the paper was helping, and this. And that. They like, almost got there.
Honestly, like I was kind of like, so I've only seen the first season and a couple episodes of season 2 of Superman and Lois. I was cool if John Henry Irons never came back because that's fine for a season 1 arc of a character to help Superman get to another, to get from A to B from character growth wise.
Yeah.
I think the problem with these shows sometimes is they feel, also I do want these people to have jobs. So that,
yes,
it's a worthy sacrifice. I don't want John Henry Irons here. He has a job. Okay, cool. He has a job. But like with the melodrama that they're doing right now, not right now, that season 2 between John Henry Irons and his daughter, I don't care. Zach, I do not care about angsty teens from another planet. I don't care.
Yeah, no, that's your
I come back and I'm giving you the silent treatment after the Earth exploded. Nigga, do you know what I've been through? Anyway, so that's my. Don't look at me in disgust and shame. Don't do that. Don't put me on a shame sandwich and spread shame jelly over me, dog. Like don't do that.
Hey yo, pause, my guy. Hey yo, pause.
Acting weird.
My bad. Yeah, that was crazy. That was crazy.
My bad.
That was crazy.
Oh man. I refuse to watch reboot X-Files because it's not going to have the original cast. That's and fine. Then Evan Bernstein goes, Ryan Coogler doing the X-Files is goated. So we got different, different degrees of excitement here.
Yep.
John Doe Juggalo. That's an amazing name. I remember Netflix got the first 3 seasons of Lost and they used the binge it to catch up model. Yeah. That was smart. They used to do that a lot. They would get a show right before the new season was about to come out and say binge it so you can know what's going on with the new season.
The Killing was a show that I really enjoyed, which by the time I got to it, I didn't realize it was from like another network. And but they did the same thing with The Killing. As a matter of fact, they did the same thing with Cobra Kai. They're like, hey,
they took it from
Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
The Killing is
Schitt's Creek, I think. Oh, was Schitt's Creek on Netflix? Was that Hulu?
I know there was a comedy show that did move over to Netflix from network TV.
I think it was Schitt's Creek because that was on some other network, and you could tell the difference because once it moved over, the quality of production got better in Schitt's Creek. And you, the serial killer thing,
right.
that was a
right.
Lifetime show,
Yep.
and Netflix took it.
Sure was. Yeah, man.
They know what they're doing. But yeah, this was fun. I gotta say, even though we went a lot longer than I expected, you guys did a really good job. And shout out to the people who always shout out all the time. Thank you for being in here. If your name's not on this list, let me know so I can add you. You guys were consistently in the chat. We've been ranging from 6 to 12 people. I appreciate everybody in the chat getting involved. Love you guys. This was really, really great. We are continuously trying to make Film Club better and better. I think visually it looks a lot greater, and I have to give Mr. Kenny Sparks his props for pointing it out and spending the time and sleepless hours of trying to figure out what we have to do to make the live stream look great, because this man he slept for 2 hours, and the fact that he had the energy to be this funny for this live stream for 3 hours, I give him props. He helped me do this because it's hard to do a live stream on your own.
Yeah.
And I've always wanted to do this with someone. So for me to find a partner that I vibe with, it's a blessing. So I just got to give Kenny his flowers, even though he can drive me crazy sometimes.
Yeah. My bad.
Yeah, no. I appreciate it. It pushes me.
Always come up to the line.
In here.
I never crossed it. Always come up to the line.
You get there with time. I think it was did we talk yesterday night? Yesterday night? Yeah. Yesterday night. Where I was like, I'm gonna beat up Kenny.
What did I do?
I asked you a question of something I didn't know, and you looked at me like I was stupid. And I was like, "Oh, okay, Kenny, I see you."
Yeah, I'm sorry. My apologies.
I'm glad you realized. I was like, "Oh, word, okay. You you're the technical guy here, right? You work in tech. I don't. I'm the customer."
That's my bad. I had a terrible attitude yesterday. I was just in a terrible mood. But that has nothing to do with you. That's not your problem.
That's why
it's my job to regulate my emotions and be an emotionally healthy human being.
Don't be a Roofman.
Don't be a Roofman. Yep. Don't be a Jeff.
Don't be a
whole second family.
He played another Jeff
for the rest. Huh?
He played another Jeff.
He did. Oh, my name's Jeff.
Yes. Okay, so we're wrapping up, guys. Appreciate every single one of you guys. Next week we are going to be talking about Black Phone 2 and After the Hunt. Depending on how we feel, maybe Good Fortune. I don't know if I'm gonna get a chance to watch that.
I don't know that.
Oh, the Keanu Reeves as Angel, and he comes down to talk.
Oh, I know of it. I have not watched a single trailer for that. But movies, I'm interested.
Great all-star cast, looks really, really funny. But I don't know if I'm going to get a chance to watch it because I'm watching Black Phone 2 and After the Hunt. But we'll be talking about that. So go to the theaters, watch those movies, and come next week for Film Club and have a great spoilery discussion about it.
Far be it from me to forget, we have our own channel now that we should have been promoting this whole time. But yeah, we have our own channel. It's called Film Club with Zach and Kenny. I'm going to pull it up and share the screen because, I mean, it sounds like a smart thing to do. As a matter of fact, we should probably put the link in the chat now for our awesome 7 people who are still in the chat. Who am I? What am I doing? Film Club?
Man said, who am I?
I'll be forgetting.
I feel you.
I am putting the link to our new channel, which will have all the clips from this live stream coming out over the next couple of days. I mean, not come out tomorrow because it's late as hell.
To digest.
But yeah, it'll come out over the next couple of days. If you weren't able to watch the full stream, we are always going to have something for you to check out and catch up to what we were talking about. I'm sharing that screen right now. And here we go. So this is, oh wow, that's really small. So there we go. We'll just sing aloud, Zach, and let him rock. As a matter of fact, Zach, get out of here. Get out of here. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to do. There we go. Film code with Zach and Kenny. I thought Zach would be here. My bad. Come.
What's up?
Get your man.
All right.
And for our lovely people who are still in the chat, I'm dropping the link to the new channel in there. Please subscribe to it because we are Black, we are poor, we have no mothers, and we are in a war for our own sanity. And sometimes when the samurai walks the right path, he still doesn't get the giraffe. So yeah, just help us out, man. Help us out, man. Help us
What?
out, man.
Don't
What's up?
discount my mother like that. Jesus Christ.
Help us out. Okay.
Mama right here. Mama's so love.
You know what I mean? Anyway, we're not poor, but you know, we ain't rich. I'm talking too much. Let's go.
We out of here, guys. Appreciate you all. Look at that Tanjiro sword. He went to Comic-Con. We'll talk about that next stream and some other things. We have some games.
Shout out to Joe. John, I'm sorry. Shout out to John Doe Juggalo. Appreciate you subscribing to the channel, man. We'll have some new stuff on there for you soon. And there's actually clips from last week's live stream there for you to check out and enjoy.
Yeah. Appreciate y'all. Oh.